Good to have Steve Surratt and David Brink with us, and also camera technician Lisa Surratt. You can visit them online at harnesstube.com or find their page at facebook.com or their channel at youtube.com. It's a difficult day in some regards for the Illinois harness racing community, even though it is a day to celebrate. But of course, as everyone is well aware, the Illinois legislative session wrapped up early on, I guess it was early this morning, because it stretched on past midnight last night and into the wee hours of this morning. Did not get the legislative outcome for which everyone in the racing community in Illinois had hoped, and that does present challenges. However, we do know this much. The horsemen are going to gather today, and they're going to do what they do best. They're going to race, and they're going to race some very fine horses, and they're going to do so for the entertainment of you, the racing fans, and then we will piece together a strategy for the future of Illinois as we move forward. We are grateful for the continued support of the Illinois Department of Agriculture, Director Jerry Costello, and the whole staff. They have remained steadfast in their support of Illinois conceived and foaled harness horses and harness racing, and we do appreciate that fact. One note to pass along. I thought one of the most interesting comments that was posted online regarding the situation in Illinois, and again, as most of you know, there has been a proposal on the table for a parimutuel track here in Decatur. Decatur Downs is the working name of the proposed racetrack. Did not get the legislative help that was needed in order to make that track become a reality. We know this, a lot of folks in local government and state government with ties to Decatur, they really went to bat for the horsemen, and that is much, much appreciated. Larry Lucas and his son Connor, they have made an amazing commitment, and we appreciate all that they have done. But maybe one of the best perspectives came from someone outside of Illinois, a man by the name of Art Zubrod, who for many years was the farm manager for Brittany Farms in Versailles, Kentucky, one of the leading standard-bred farms in North America for many, many years. And as Art Zubrod said, he said, we're thrilled things are good in Kentucky. We're happy for the folks in Indiana. But he said, we would love to see Illinois be strengthened, because if we had Illinois on board, it would complete a circuit for everyone in the states that we just named. So we do appreciate that, because if nothing else, sometimes it's hard to hold your head up. Folks, I know a lot of the horsemen have come in today that they are discouraged, and understandably so, but I would point you to Art Zubrod in Kentucky. He is one of the leading personalities in harness racing in Kentucky and the U.S., and all I can say is that to Art Zubrod, the state of Illinois is important, and he and our friends in Kentucky and Indiana continue to watch and continue to remain hopeful despite the setbacks we have experienced. By the way, our thanks to the TNT Trio, their jazz stylings, getting underway here on the grandstand side of the racetrack. We're going to play Pick a Winner in the stands after each and every race. Our own Evan Hall, the Downstate Classic and Macon County Fair Board president, and our speed superintendent, he will be your trackside master of ceremonies for Pick a Winner. And a reminder that we have the Hats and Horses contest, which is back again this year. That's always a fun promotion. All the women in the grandstand who wear a decorated hat will have a chance to win a $100 race. Number 3, Bombs Away Captain Joel Smith will be the driver. Those are the only changes to report at this time. Great to have you with us. Our pre-race ceremonies will be coming up soon as the Macon County Fair here at Decatur gets ready to host the Downstate Classic for the 26th time. In fact, this is where it all began back in July of 1992. The inaugural edition was held right here on this historic half-mile track. By the way, every Macon County Fair and every Macon County Fair harness race from 1955 to the present has been held on this site, on this racetrack. It was the first week of August 1955 when this site was first used as the site of the Macon County Fair and when they first went racing on this half-mile track. So we're happy to see the tradition continue, and we're about to go racing here at the bottom of the hour.
Built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's and Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
This Labor Day, the future of Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. And invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars. Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine. A tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
This Labor Day, the future of Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. And invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars, Illini Classic Yearling Sale where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri.
All right, David, we're in Decatur, Illinois today. Isn't that a great place to be?
By the way, a big tip of the hat to the Macon County Fair also for the renovation work they've done on the infield judges stand. They have put in new windows. They've got an updated staircase. Just fantastic. A great working environment. Even an air conditioner, which is working very, very well. And I know our racing officials appreciate that very much as we get set to go racing here with the Downstate Classic. So again, our thanks to the Macon County Fair Board of Directors. I know our racing officials appreciate all of the renovation work on the infield judges stand. Well, folks, we are just 7 minutes away from post time for the first of our 9 races. We are joined here in the judges stand by Schuyler Krause of Decatur, a Millikan University graduate and the Director of Development for the Decatur Family YMCA. And Schuyler is here to join us for our pre-race ceremonies. As you can see, the American flag is positioned on the front of this infield judges stand. We ask that you would please rise as you are able as Schuyler Krause presents our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That is Schuyler Krause with our national anthem. Well done, Schuyler. Thanks for joining us for our pre-race ceremonies. The ambulance is on the grounds and accounted for. We are being treated to some fantastic music, vocals, instruments, the whole range here today, and that includes our friends with the TNT Trio. Their jazz stylings are fantastic. We always appreciate having them join us here for the Downstate Classic. Our presiding judge today, Mr. Randy Callahan. Randy, would you like your first race? He has confirmed the presence of the ambulance on the ground, so we are ready, horsemen, to begin today's Downstate Classic program. So please come to the track with the first race, the first division of the Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly trot, and therefore the first division of the Carl Becker Memorial. As we remember, an Illinois and National Hall of Famer who was known here at the Macon County Fair as the track announcer for harness racing for many, many years. The first season that he worked this fair was back in 1965. And we remember Carl here with our 3-year-old filly trot. No scratches, no driver changes in the first race today. And as often happens at the Downstate Classic, we're seeing some names we maybe normally don't see in Illinois racing, like LaWayne Miller, who's driving the 2 Pony Chrome. He's the trainer and the driver. LaWayne is based in Indiana. A lot of you who are racing fans know him from his exploits at Hoosier Park. He has driven in the Downstate Classic, but the last time he drove in this event, you have to go back to 2013. So we welcome LaWayne Miller back to the Illinois Fair Circuit here today. And John David Finn, who gets the call to drive number 5 Chrome's Heather. John David, a native of Newton, Illinois, for several years has focused his efforts on racing in Indiana, just one of the economic realities as far as the strength of the Indiana program in recent years, but he missed home and he missed the fair circuit, and it's been fun having J.D. Finn back on the Illinois Fair Circuit. He drove at Martinsville, he drove at the Greene County Fair at Carrollton a few days ago, and today he makes his first appearance in several years at this Macon County Fair. First time he's driven in the Downstate Classic in several years as well. We did some checking, and the last time prior to this year that J.D. raced on the Illinois Fair Circuit, you have to go back about 9 or 10 years ago. But he's won a lot of Downstate Classics as a driver and as a trainer, for that matter, through the years. So familiar faces returning and some new faces as well, and we're glad you're with us. Horsemen, come to the track. Race 1 for $9,400, first division of the 3-year-old filly trot.
Fast, friendly service. Call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
This Labor Day, the future of Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. And invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars. Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller's stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
State Classic, and Emma is here today with Mom and Dad. Be the first time that Emma has owned a Downstate Classic starter. And what about if you're young Marcus Detweiler, 20 years of age? He's got the filly Fox Valley Cassidy in the first race. His father, Lester, is the owner. This filly's been racing very well. She is 2 for 2 so far on the year.
Yes, sir.
Marcus made his career debut as a harness driver here just a couple of years ago, and he is one of the up-and-coming young horsemen here in Illinois.
That sounds fine, or I can run over there.
And we'll see if he gets his first Downstate Classic win here today. Arguably the favorite in the first race, I think a lot of folks would point toward Pony Chrome, number 2, owned by the Equine Spa of Jody Siamis and owned also by Jeff Carey out of Iowa. And again, LaWayne Miller, the trainer and the driver. Rick Schrock developed that filly as a 2-year-old, but with limited racing opportunities this year in Illinois, the connections are keeping Pony Chrome based with LaWayne Miller, who races on a regular basis at Hoosier Park. where that filly has made her last couple of starts, including a win in 157. Pony Chrome was 9 times runner-up last year, but she has changed. Her connections tell us she has matured physically and mentally, and she would arguably be the favorite here in this first race. But by no means are we conceding race 1 to Pony Chrome. It's going to be a tough assignment no matter who goes to the winner's circle. Thank you.
The sound guy don't do anything.
The horses are on the track, and the post parade is forming up in the first turn down at the east end of this half-mile layout. The first division of the Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly trot again this year, the 26th time that the Macon County Fair has hosted the Downstate Classic. Race 1 for a purse of $9,464. The first division of the Carl Becker Memorial. No changes. Number 1, Fox Valley Cassidy, owned by Lester Detweiler of Sullivan. His son Marcus is the trainer and the driver. Number 2 is Pony Chrome, owned by the Equine Spa of Marion, Iowa, of Jody Siamas, owned also by Jeff Carey of Columbus Junction, Iowa, trained and driven by Lawayne Miller. Number 3 is Princess Babe LRS, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Benita Simmons of Springfield, Illinois, and owned also by Keone Anders of Louisiana, trained by Tom Simmons, the driver Mike Rogers. Number 4, Broadway and Lou, is owned by the Flacco Family Farms LLC of Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco and Rick and Tabby Flacco of Alexis, owned as well by Steve Searle of Grant Park and Brian Code of Bradford, trained by Steve Searle. The driver is Wyatt Avenetti. 5 is Chrome's Heather, owned by Ivan Hawthorne, owned also by a host of others in this partnership group, including Benita Simmons of Springfield, and owned as well by Madsen of North Hollywood, California, trained by Tom Simmons, the driver J.D. Finn. 6, Broadway's Legacy, races for Darren and Georgianne Turnier of Liberty, and also Michelle Blackburn of Springfield, trained and driven by Mike Brink. And the 7, Mystical Magical, is owned by Houston Racing LLC of Altamont of Kyle and Amy Houston, owned also by their daughter Emma Houston of Anderson, Indiana, owned as well by John Schwartz Jr. of Wooddale, Illinois. The trainer is Amy Houston, and the driver is Kyle Houston. Getting ready to go for the first race today. By the way, number 4, Broadway and Lou, comes in off a pretty strong effort at Martinsville, was a winner in the Illinois Standardbred Association race in 2:04 and 3, and trotted a mile 2 seconds faster than the filly division of the Great Midwest Trot the next day. There's Mystical Magical, Kyle Houston in the black, white, and orange driving colors. A lot of you longtime race fans have watched some of his ancestors race here at the Macon County Fair through the years, and they include his grandfather, Larry Coleman, his great-uncle, Jerry Coleman. His family has been involved in this game. Neil Coleman, another member of the family. Of course, Kyle's mother, Pam, an accomplished trainer of racehorses as well. So Kyle Houston carries on a long-time family tradition. The family roots actually go all the way back to Fort Dodge, Iowa, from the Coleman side of the family, and we'll see if Kyle can get to the winner's circle here with Mystical Magical. Please note we score 6 wide, 6 horses on the front tier. The 7 horse, as the program tells you, will have to score from the second tier. And a reminder, because number 7 is the only starter from the second tier, that means Kyle Houston does have some leeway. He can choose to line up behind whichever horse that he wants. He's got some leeway to move to his right. He doesn't have to necessarily stay stuck down on the inside lane. No doubt Kyle has looked at this race, looked at the past performances, probably figured out who's got early gate speed, everything that a driver starting from the second tier who's got that liberty at his disposal might take into consideration. At the post, it's the Downstate Classic for purses totaling more than $75,000 here at the Macon County Fair, the 170th annual Macon County Fair. Glad to have you with us. Here they come. with Aaron DeRoos at the steering wheel of the starting gate. His dad, Stacy, says go, and we're off and trotting in the first race, and there goes Fox Valley Cassidy. Fox Valley Cassidy goes right out for the lead from that inside starting spot as they swing around the first turn. Mystical Magical is off stride. Mystical Magical made a break midway on the first turn, but Fox Valley Cassidy leads Princess Babe LRS off the turn up the backstretch. Broadway and Lou will travel in third. Pony Chrome is away in good order, but she's toward the center of the pack in the fourth position. Chrome's Heather is racing along fifth, about 7 lengths off the lead, a gap of 2 lengths to Broadway's Legacy, who's next to last, and Mystical Magical, the distant trailer. 31 flat for the opening quarter. Thank you, Pete Skeffington. 31 flat for the opening quarter. Fox Valley Cassidy controls the tempo, and Pony Chrome is off stride. Pony Chrome, we talked about her as arguably the favorite, and she has just broken stride at the 3/8 mile mark, and Marcus Detweiler is on the lead with Fox Valley Cassidy, and he is in control halfway home in this first race. They lead it by a length and a half. 101 and 3 for the first half mile, 101 and 3/5 of a second. And now Marcus Detweiler is letting his filly trot on with that lead. She's opened up by 2, by 3 lengths. It is still Princess Babe LRS in second, a length and a half. Broadway and Lou is third, takes to the outside, 5 lengths off the lead, a quarter mile to go. Chrome's Heather is fourth, then a gap of 8 more lengths back to Broadway's Legacy, a gap of a dozen more back to Pony Chrome. Mystical Magical is the distant trailer. 132 and 1 at the 3/4, 132 and 1. Oh, the leader's off stride. Fox Valley Cassidy is on a break, and here's Broadway and Lou to take advantage. Broadway and Lou just scoots on by, but now has to hold off Chrome's Heather off the far turn. Deep stretch here for Broadway and Lou. Chrome's Heather is there on the outside. This will be close. What a way to start the Downstate Classic card. 3-year-old trotting fillies. Broadway and Lou wins it by a half length on the wire for Wyatt Avenatti. Chrome's Heather gave a big effort to be second, and then it was Fox Valley Cassidy came back to be third. Princess Babe LRS was fourth, and then it was Broadway's Legacy in fifth. Pony Chrome was home in the sixth position. Mystical Magical seventh. 2:05 flat, the time for the mile, 2:05 flat. What an eventful turn as they moved around the west side of the course for the final time in that first race. And that was a heartbreaking development for Marcus Detweiler. Fox Valley Cassidy, not a filly who usually breaks stride, and she appeared like she was on her way to the winner's circle. And you just never know, especially with trotters. And she made a break, and Marcus Detweiler, he will have to wait till later in the card to see if he can still get that first Downstate Classic win. But Broadway and Lou, congratulations to the Flacco family farm, Steve Searle, Brian Code, trainer Steve Searle, driver Wyatt Avenatti, a homebred for these connections.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's circle right now, the connections of Broadway and Lou in the Carl Becker Memorial, Division I. Down there with Wyatt Avenatti is the late Carl Becker's son, Kurt Becker, presenting the blanket to the connections there. Coming back again in Division II coming up in the Carl Becker Memorial in just a little bit. The fastest horse there will get the blanket. Ladies and gentlemen, race 1 is official. We do have a placing because of an impediment. The 1, Fox Valley Cassidy, impeded the 6, Broadway's Legacy, interfered. Because of that, at the top of the stretch, Fox Valley Cassidy has been placed behind, and we do have a corrected order of finish. So the race is official, but we do have a placing. So from the top down, it is 1, Fox Valley Cassidy was 3rd, placed 5. The 2, Pony Chrome, finished 6. The 3, Princess Babe LRS, was 4th, but is placed 3rd. The 4, Broadway and Lou, is the winner. That is unchanged. The 5, Chrome's Heather, was the runner-up. The 6, Broadway's Legacy, was 5, but placed 4. And 7, Mystical Magical, finished 7th. Here are your fractions for race 1. The first quarter in 31 seconds flat. The half mile in 1:01 3/5. The 3 quarters in 1:32 1. And the mile in 2:05. From the top down then, your program would read 3 placed 5, 6, 4 placed 3, 1, 2, 5 placed 4, and 7. Race 1 is official.
Kurt, we'd like to report the race 1 picker winner, Gene Orsini. Gene Orsini, congratulations. Make sure you stop into the fair office and collect your cold hard cash before you leave tonight.
Welcome back to Harness Tube. I'll bring myself up while we have a little time here. We're dealing with some technical difficulties again. It seems like it's always something different. My computer is dying on me. We're trying to get a power cord lined up. The one I have isn't working, and the wireless camera is clipping on us for whatever reason. So bear with us as we get those things resolved for you. But we're happy to be here in Decatur. It's a beautiful day for the Downstate Classic. Not the conditions we wanted. We were hoping that this was going to be a big party today and celebration. It's not the case we got, but we're still here. We're still racing for a lot of money. This is one of the top days for Illinois harness racing in the state as far as purse goes. So we appreciate everyone showing up and tuning in, and hope to have some good racing today. I'll see if I can get the talk points up. I'm trying to run the show from my side of the booth, but
got a kick out of Wyatt Avenatti, our winning driver in the first race today. If you're the winning driver and you look up and you see someone coming out of the judges' stand, I think for a driver his heart skipped a beat. And I think he wondered, is there a claim of foul? What's going on? And then he looked at me. He said, wait a minute, is this your dad's memorial race? I said, yes. And he smiled and said, glad I could win it. So all is well that ends well. And second race is on the way, the second division of this 3-year-old filly trot here in the Downstate Classic. There are trophies and plaques for the winning connections of each division here today. And there is a Downstate Classic blanket. And since there are at least 2 divisions of each of these races today, the blanket will go to the connections of the horse posting the faster or fastest winning time, depending on whether there are 2 or 3 divisions. One note also, folks in the infield judges stand had pointed out to me something that I had neglected to mention. They said, your father was not only the track announcer here, but he was one of the people who helped organize the Downstate Classic, and that is true. So I wanted to pass that along, and I appreciate folks here on the infield remembering that and making note of that fact. But yes, Carl Becker was one of several individuals who dearly loved county fair racing and wanted the fair circuit each year to have its own special day or days of racing, and the Downstate Classic certainly has filled that bill very well, going all the way back to the inaugural in the early 1990s. Second race on the way.
we'll get ourselves in the booth up here, but we are waiting on Steve to get the camera switched over, so we'll go up and do some talk points, I think, for us here. The schedule coming up, we wanted you to tune in as much as you can. We've got Decatur today at 4:30. We're coming back tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. for a broadcast. Turn around and go right back down to Carlinville over there to race in Macoupin County. I think there's 11 races down there. Going to be a good show, always is. The Deckers put on a great time for us. Then we're going to turn around and go to the Springfield State Fairgrounds the 10th and 11th next week to go for the to broadcast the 3-year-old Cardinal Violet on the 10th. That's going to be a 10 o'clock post. They pushed that up so that the Hoosier drivers could get back in time to hit their card. And then we're going to come back the next day. I think the 11th is a Wednesday or Thursday, for the 2-year-old summer preview at 11 o'clock that one. Then we have a little bit of a break, a couple of weeks it looks like, or 10 days or so. And we'll be down there at Newton and Jasper County, always a good time. The Finns treat us really well and like staying down there. So those are our upcoming schedule. But if you want to get the whole schedule, hit harnesstube.com/schedule. I will say we did launch the new website last night, so that's all live now. Check it out. A lot of cool features. Kind of like a one-stop hub to where you can see where we're going to be, what drivers are doing, the results programs, all kind of in one spot. So check that out. We want to thank, of course, all of our generous donors. It's always nice to have friends and family open up their pocketbooks and send a check and say, hey, we appreciate what you're doing. I love the little notes that get written in the cards and let us know, what we mean to them. I think we're going to throw it back. I think we're going to have a post parade maybe soon. No, not quite. We're good. But, yeah, it's always nice to get those letters in the mail, and we had a message from a horseman earlier today about how much it meant that they had family that couldn't make it and wasn't doing very well out, I think, in South Carolina. So for them to be able to watch their favorite horses over here in Illinois, it means a lot to the family, and that's something we really cherish, and those, mean more to us than those dollar bills do. But
incidentally, that win by Broadway and Lou in the first race, that is at least the second straight year that trainer Steve Searle has won a division of the 3-year-old filly trot for the Downstate Classic, because a year ago he was the trainer of Lose My Number, who won one of the divisions of the very same race. So at least 2 years in a row that Steve has trained a winner of the division of this 3-year-old filly trot. By the way, in this upcoming second race, you've got the current Illinois champion 2-year-old trotting filly, Shady Maple Chick, who earned that crown as a vote by members of the USTA who reside in Illinois. She was honored at the annual Illinois Standardbred Association banquet, which was held February 28th near Sherman. But Shady Maple Chick, she won the championship title as the state's top 2-year-old trotting filly of last season. And number 6, Lose Venom, moves into the lineup here today, comes off a win at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair in the Great Midwest Trot, first ever win for Marcus Turner as driver in the Great Midwest. Marcus has a win also in the Downstate Classic, but he told us you have to go back to 2008. And on that occasion, he teamed up with the same trainer, Roshan Trigg, and they got a victory in the 2-year-old divisions at the Logan County Fair in Lincoln. So Marcus Turner said it's been too long, and he's hoping to get back to the Downstate Classic winner's circle here today. And for those of you who like racing history and nostalgia, the driver of number 3, Lou's Lil Mermaid, that is Stanley Scott Banks. And Scott's father, Stan Banks, who is no longer with us. Stan had an Illinois Hall of Fame career. And a lot of you race fans sitting over there in the grandstand might remember coming here for the Illinois Stallion Stakes back in the 70s and 80s. And Scott's dad, Stan, won a lot of those races. So Stanley Scott Banks carries on the family tradition here today. Time to meet the starters for Race 2, the second division of the Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly trot, second division of the Carl Becker Memorial. Number 1, Vix Chrome, is owned by Mike Brink of Springfield, Jeffrey Clausen of Macomb, Charles Dean Biggs of Altamont, and Mark Brown of Chatham, trained and driven by Mike Brink. Number 2, Luz Madison, is owned by Jay DeLong of Clinton, Wisconsin, trained and driven by Mike Rogers. 3, Lou's Lil Mermaid, races for Darren Warren and George Ann Turnier of Liberty, also Michelle Blackburn of Springfield. Mike Brink, the trainer. Scott Banks is the driver. 4 is Shady Maple Chick, owned by Ivan Hawthorne and Benita Simmons of Winsboro, Louisiana, and also Springfield, Illinois, respectively, owned as well by Chad Angle of Wright City, Missouri, trained by Tom Simmons. The driver is Wyatt Avenetti, as Wyatt tries to sweep the early double here today. 5 is Fox Valley Flashy, owned by Mike Buzzard of Altamont, Steve Searle of Grant Park, trained by Steve Searle. The driver is Jordan Patton. Completing the field, number 6, the Great Midwest Trot Filly Division winner on Memorial Day at the Martinsville Agricultural Fair. That is Lose Venom, owned by the Flacco family farms of Alexis, of Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco and Rick and Tabby Flacco, the trainer Roshan Trigg, and he pairs up with driver Marcus Turner as that duo seeks to win and seeks to get Marcus back to the Downstate Classic winner's circle for the first time in some 18 years. But again, he's not had many drives in this series since that victory. As Marcus told us, he said, you go back and look at my record as a driver. He said, I'll bet you 90% of my wins have come driving horses trained by Roshan Trigg. Getting ready to go here in race 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to work on our camera a little bit. I will leave the program up for you to read if we don't get the camera fired up by the time this race hits the wire. We should have it up. Steve's running back and forth now. I'm trying to cover for him, but if in worst case scenario, we'll leave this program up so you know who's who and what's what. Or you can check your program. Go to harnesstube.com/race-programs and get your own copy of today's race program with all the charted lines and past performances. I tell you what, if we didn't have bad luck, we wouldn't have any luck at all. It seems like right now we've had technical difficulties left and right the last couple of broadcasts, but we're going to try to get through them the best we can and get you the best picture and broadcast we can with our resources. So bear with us, and we appreciate everyone tuning in.
Starter Stacy DeRoos calls for the field for race 2. Folks, I got to tell you, the U.S. Trotting Association, love them. They do a great job. They keep magnificent records. That's how we're able to keep track of all these things. However, yes, you always know there's something coming. The size of the font in the program, the print, wow, either it's gotten smaller or I've gotten a lot older since 1 year ago. I've had somebody recommend, our own Leanne Shen said, you might have to bring maybe a laptop or use your phone and expand the screen in order to see it. Oh my, it's I appreciate it, though. They changed the size of the print because they wanted to put more information in the program. So certainly understand their logic. Vix Chrome put in an awkward step or two there, but quickly got back right on stride and moves up. Here they come. Second race, second division of the Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly trot. Off and trotting they go. There goes the champ. Shady Maple Chick out for the lead. Lose Venom right there to the far outside. And Lose Madison comes away a close-up third down toward the inside. Lose Little Mermaid is away fourth in between horses. Fox Valley Flashy minds her manners. Sometimes she has difficulty staying on stride. So far, so good for her. Oh, but she got jammed up behind Lose Madison. Lose Madison made a break, and Fox Valley Flashy had nowhere to go, and then she broke stride as well. Then there's a gap of 25 more lengths back to an off-stride Vix Chrome. The leader's already past the quarter. Shady Maple Chick leads at a length and a half. 30 and 3/5 of a second. 30 and 3/5 of a second for that opening quarter. Lose Venom is right behind her. So you've got the Illinois-bred champion from last season, and you've got the Great Midwest Trot filly winner right behind her. Shady Maple Chick, Lose Venom, they go 1-2. And then there's a gap of about 3.5 more lengths to Lose Lil Mermaid, who's picking up the chase and closing the gap now, and moves in a closer third with a half mile to go here in race 2. Then a gap of over 20 more lengths back to Lose Madison in fourth, Fox Valley Flashy fifth, Vix Chrome is sixth. 102 flat for the first half mile, 102 flat. Wyatt Avenatti opened the day with a victory. He would love nothing more than to go back-to-back and set the tone for today's card. And up the backstretch after 5/8 of a mile, he shows the way as the driver of Shady Maple Chick. A quarter mile to go. She leads it by 2 lengths. Lose Venom is second. Lose Lil Mermaid got rough-gated and lost a lot of ground to the top 2. She is still third. She's 15 lengths off the lead now, off the 3/4. 1:33.1 the time, 1:33.1. Midway around that west turn, they come for home. Shady Maple Chick chased by Lose Venom. Shady Maple Chick leads it by 2 lengths. Lose Venom is giving it her best shot, but this is one tough opponent that she's dealing with. Shady Maple Chick has the lead. Wyatt Avenatti checks over his shoulder, maintains a 2-length lead, and Wyatt goes back-to-back to start the card. Shady Maple Chick opened up and won it by 3 lengths on the line. It was Lose Venom home second, another 15 lengths or so back to Fox Valley Flashy, who was third, and then Lose Little Mermaid was fourth, a half length over Lose Madison in fifth, and further back, Vix Chrome, just a heads up here in the home stretch. Vix Chrome is still coming off the far turn, so the track is still hot. Heads up, be aware, in the front straightaway, the racetrack is still hot. You still have a trotting filly coming down the stretch to complete her mile. 2:03 flat was the time for the mile. 2:03 flat. Thank you, Pete. 2:03 flat. The time for the mile, 4-hour winner, Shady Maple Chick.
Ladies and gentlemen, approaching the grandstand now, number 4, Shady Maple Chick, your winner of Race 2, Division 2 of the Carl Becker Memorial. Driven by Wyatt Avenatti. That's 2 in a row for Wyatt. He kicks off today's card, back-to-back wins. Down front greeting people is Kurt Becker, son of the late Carl Becker. Carl, the announcer here for many years. Kurt down there shaking hands, glad to participate in the race honoring his late father. Shady Maple Chick is owned by Ivan Hawthorne and Benita Simmons and Kurt Angle of Missouri. Trained by Tom Simmons, and that's Wyatt Avenatti in the bike there. So Wyatt's had good luck today, starting off the races with 2 wins. He's got a race coming up. He got a mount coming up here in race 3. I'm sure he'd like to make it 3 in a row. For you folks in the grandstand, keeping track in your program and making notes, race 2 is now official. I'll give you the rundown. The 1, Vix Chrome, finished 6. The 2s, Lose Madison, finished number 5. The 3, Lose Lil Mermaid, was 4th. 4, Shady Maple Chick was your winner. 5, Fox Valley Flashy, finished 3. And number 6, Lose Venom, was the runner-up in second place. From the top down, it's 6:54.132. If you'd like to make note of the fractions in race 2 today, the first quarter went in 30-3. The half mile was 1:02 flat. The 3 quarters was in 1:33 1/5. And the mile went off in 2:03 flat. Race 2 is official. Coming up with race 3 It's the 3-year-old colt and gelding trot, Division 1 of the Kurt Green Memorial. Coming up in just a few moments.
Have been our way of life, built on experience, patience, and care. From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more.
Well, folks, the first 2 races are in the books.
Family-owned
and so far, the start to this year's Downstate Classic at Decatur, very similar to the start of last year's Downstate Classic at Decatur. Because, as you might recall, a year ago, the winning trainers in the 2 respective divisions.
A third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training.
Graduate and a multi-sport athlete there in the 1960s. We remember Kurt Green with this 3-year-old colt and gelding trot.
Standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avenattiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts. If you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-
Race 3, first division of the Kurt Green Memorial, the Downstate Classic, 3-year-old colt and gelding trot for a purse of just over $9,000. No driver changes, no scratches. And you've got a couple of horses in the lineup that won at the Brown County Fair at Mount Sterling last year in the Downstate Classic races for 2-year-olds. Number 3, Fox Valley Sabra is one, and the 4, Here Comes Bob, would be the other. So we'll see if either one of them can repeat. Number 6, Toe Nader. He was so named by his breeder, Dr. Brian Kennedy, because Toe Nader was just 2 or 3 days old as a foal at Walker Standardbreds in Sherman when the tornado came through that area in the spring of 2023. And Toe Nader, he got kind of a rude awakening as a baby to what Illinois weather can be like. But thankfully, he and the other horses came through fine, and Walker Standardbreds did their usual fantastic job of dealing with the aftermath and getting everything as far as the barns and the basic infrastructure of their farm put back together. Let's meet the starters for race 3. Number 1, Twin Cedars Riley, is owned by Robert Silberberg of Farmington Hills, Michigan, Jim Eaton of Crete, Illinois, Patricia Tiernan of Piatone, Illinois, and Mary Van Boven of Canton, Michigan, trained by Jim Eaton, the driver Kyle Houston. Number 2, Southern Sunset, is owned by Mark Brown of Chatham, owned by Jeffrey Clausen of Macomb, and Douglas Wood of Springfield. Mike Brink is the trainer and also the driver. Number 3, Fox Valley Sabra, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana, Benita Simmons of Springfield, Illinois, and Schneider of Petersburg, trained by Tom Simmons and the driver, LaWayne Miller. Number 4, Here Comes Bob, races for Molly Baldus of Hannah City, Steve Searle of Grant Park, Chris Paloma of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Kathy Ritzel from St. Jacob, Illinois, not far from St. Louis, Missouri, the trainer, Steve Searle, the driver, Wyatt Avenatti. 5 is Lou's Lottery, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, trained by Jill Brown. Jordan Patton is up. And number 6, Toe Nader, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner, comes to us out of West Salem in the southern portion of the state, and the driver, J.D. Finn. Spoke a few days ago with Jim Eaton, the co-owner and trainer of number 1 Twin Cedars Riley. This is a horse that in his last start finished off the board at Hoosier Park. But Jim Eaton said, I think 2 things that we have going for us is the fact that he came out of the race fine. He's got the number 1 post position today, so he should be able to save ground around that first turn. And Kyle Houston in the bike, and as you can tell by the past performances in your track program, that Kyle drove this horse several times last season. At the post, the gate is rolling for today's 3rd event. Great to have you with us, whether you join us here at the Macon County Fair or join us as part of the Harness Tube audience online. Top of the stretch, here they come. They are off and trotting, 3rd race of the afternoon. Some difficulty there for Southern Sunset, who broke stride at the start. A beautiful beginning, though, for the other 5 trotters who lined up across the track all the way to the entrance to the first turn. And there goes, here comes Bob now. Started to make a move for the lead, but he's off stride, puts in an awkward step, and now he drops back and settles down to the inside. Got rough gated, never really into a full-blown break of stride, but he got in some close quarters. Wyatt Avenatti did the wise thing. He tapped the brake pedal, and he knows we've got a long way to go here in this 3rd race. In the meantime, Toe Nader's moving up on the outside to challenge for the lead. Opening quarter, 30 seconds flat. 30 seconds flat was the time for that first quarter mile. So Toe Nader has the lead for a moment on the outside by just a head, but Fox Valley Sabra has been a stubborn foe to the inside. These 2 match strides all the way around that west turn on the opening lap of race 3, and they still go at it for the lead here in the Kurt Green Memorial. Now here comes Bob, who carefully had to pick his way through some traffic in that first turn. He's in good position now in the 3rd position. A minute flat for the first half mile, a minute flat. So he's just a length and a half off the lead. Here comes Twin Cedars Riley. Kyle Houston begins to move that trotter into contention, and he's going to go right now. Twin Cedars Riley 3 wide onto the backstretch, and Kyle driving that horse with confidence, but has to catch Fox Valley Sabra. Fox Valley Sabra leads by a length and a half. Twin Cedars Riley goes second as they race on by the 3/4 mile mark. Here comes Bob, still there, still 3rd, 3 lengths off the lead as they race around the final turn. 1:32, the time for the 3/4, 1 minute 32 seconds. They move for the top of the stretch. Fox Valley Sabra is still the leader. Twin Cedars Riley goes second as they move off the far turn, and then here comes Bob in 3rd as they move through the final 8th mile. Fox Valley Sabra made the top shortly after the start and has the lead all the way down the stretch, and Fox Valley Sabra wins this division of the Kurt Green Memorial by a length in the Downstate Classic. Twin Cedars Riley gave a good effort second. Here comes Bob was 3rd. Lose Lottery further back was across the wire in the 4th position. Time for the mile, very respectable 2:02 flat. 2:02 flat. Fox Valley Sabra is your unofficial winner as LaWayne Miller has the winning drive for trainer Tom Simmons. Indeed, it was an eventful race here in race 3 today. And for the connections of Here Comes Bob, just want to clarify again, he was between trotters at the end of the opening 8th mile, and just watching his shoulder, his shoulder movement looked awkward, and at first glance, the words broke stride came off the track announcer's tongue, but he really never did fully break stride. As our co-timer Mark Kingery pointed out, and Mark has trained and driven horses, as Mark said, it looked more like just an awkward step for a moment, but wanted to clarify that for the connections of Here Comes Bob, who still came back and was third. Folks, how about a hand for the winner, number 3, Fox Valley Sabra. Yeah, trainer Tom Simmons, Illinois Hall of Famer. He goes back-to-back on the card. LaWayne Miller, Indiana-based horseman, making his first appearance in the Downstate Classic in 13 years. So, LaWayne, it's nice to have you back in the Downstate Classic here in Illinois. He won here 13 years ago, and he picks up a win here today. Congratulations to Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana. Benita Simmons is trackside. She's also a co-owner. And Ann Schneider of Petersburg, a co-owner as well. Fox Valley Sabra, a winner last year in the Downstate Classic at 2, and comes back to repeat. Congratulations to our winning connections. 202 flat. Here's the full field rundown. It's official for that third race. Twin Cedars Riley was the runner-up. Southern Sunset was 6. Fox Valley Sabra, the winner. Here Comes Bob finished 3rd. Lou's Lottery finished 4th. And Toe Nader finished 5. They got the quarter in 30 flat. They got the half in a minute flat. 3/4 in 1:32. And the time for the mile, 2:02 flat, and it reads down 2:61.345. The fourth race is on the way, and race 4 has no scratches, no driver changes. Second division of the Kurt Green Memorial. Evan Hall, we want to pass along word to you, and we know you're the president of the Downstate Classic. To you and the board of directors.
Back with you on Harness Tube. I got to figure out where I'm at, David, and what I'm doing
right
today as we're trying to get things done and trying to get you a good view today. And as we said, every track has its unique responsibility and effect on things.
And we thought, when we hit the mile track that we could get the starting car would have no problem, but it seems like that far corner is a little bit too far for us, and we're starting to drop the signal, so we're going to go ahead and
I'm
going into the turn.
I'm trying
okay. We'll see what happens.
One last ditch effort before we ditch the camera, David.
Fair enough. We'll see what happens with that, but we stuck the receiver outside the window to hopefully get as much of the service as we can, so we'll see what happens with that. But we appreciate you being with us. Why don't you check out the website? Are you hearing that too?
Yeah, something's interfering on the channel. So
interesting.
But the guy over at this beside doing trackside stuff that's really bad.
Okay.
But, hey, check out our webpage. Lots of new stuff's out there on the webpage, and you can see how far Steve is behind everybody in the race picks for the season.
Hey, speaking of race picks, we didn't talk about it very much, but little Leo Grummel was doing our analyst picks down in Carrollton, and heck, if he didn't beat all of our butts, and yours truly finished dead last.
Yeah, hey, that's the thing I'm really proud of is I finished in front of David.
Hey, take it.
But, yeah, check out the website and the things going on the website. We'll talk about those things. Our YouTube channel, like or follow or subscribe us. The more people that subscribe, I was talking to a friend of mine who's in Southern Gospel Music. They were trying to get to 5,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And they were about 400 short. But it's really important because it gets you things with YouTube, like a standardized placemat and things like that. There's different things that does for us.
And like you say, the most important thing is it notifies you when we go live. Yeah, I have a coworker up in Chicago, and during a work meeting, he said, "Hey, I saw that harness tube. It's pretty cool, man." He must have just got the notification on his phone while he was sitting there and flipped it on to check it out, and he was watching us from up there in Chicago. So it's pretty cool, if you hit that subscribe button, it lets you know whenever we go live or are scheduled to.
Yep. And the other thing I forgot, wireless mics, wireless adapters. We need to shut that one off so it's not even.
Well, let's pull the power
working
from it and make that happen real quick.
Yeah, we'll just pull the power and that one will be done with.
That one is dead.
So we're not getting anything from that. But, yeah, like or subscribe, get the notifications on our Facebook. When you donate or you advertise with Harness Tube, you're helping with our lodging tonight. We're done tonight fairly early. But then we got to be back here tomorrow morning And then we scoot out, and we're going straight to Carlinville tomorrow as soon as we're done with the 8 races here. And so I want to make you aware of that as far as that goes. And so that's what happens. Like, it helps pay for the coverage, the travel, and everything involved there. And then you can contact us for the backstretch or anything else through our email address at harnesstube@gmail.com or our website, harnesstube.com. Facebook, we're just Harness Tube. And then also by texting David, you can send him pictures and things. We like that on the backstretch when everything else is going good. We love showing pictures back there. But
yeah, Blaine Rose sent me a text. He's watching from Alabama today, so we're all over the U.S. right now.
Absolutely, and people say, well, what's different than last year? David, is all that cool stuff you see? We found out it takes a lot of bandwidth to run that.
Turns out we're using a lot of
yeah, we're using
data.
a lot of internet for that. So we're still trying to get our feet wet and make all of that work at the same time and see what we need to do there. But we thank everybody for being patient with us on that. That's what happens when you do a 30-second commercial with us. You help
and speaking of,
support
I'm not
us.
sure if we got it ran already, but Brenneman Equine is a new advertiser with us. Want to give them a shout-out. Appreciate them coming aboard for the 2026 Harness Tube season.
Like I said, we'll be back here tomorrow. We'll be in Carlinville for a 5 o'clock card tomorrow. And then the 10th and 11th, we go back to Springfield. And oddly enough, the car camera worked great at Springfield. We had a little lagging in one corner, and that was it.
And we worked around it fine. Yeah, it was a fun view. And it's so wide, you can get the nice perpendicular shot. You know, I love that.
Yeah, Lisa got some great
profile
views there. So we're thankful for that. David and Steve, Lisa, for showing.
Good to have Grandma Robeson out there. We always
wait
appreciate.
a second. Is today her birthday, or it's somebody else in that family's
I don't
birthday?
know, to be honest.
Some Robeson hang. I will check my
Steve
Facebook
will investigate,
page.
but we appreciate
I will check my Facebook page.
Tuning in from over there in Schuyler County. It's we flashed some pictures online, I think at Carrollton, and grandson Casey was in there. And my son was asking me, he's like, who's that kid with you and Doug? I was like, well, that's Casey Prather. He's about my age, and Nick and Missy Prather's oldest son. And it was nice to see some pictures of him.
He's really old when you said that?
I said he's my age, but he's not gray and balding like I am, probably.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm trying to look here at events.
Tyler's in the chat. He said he wants to try to connect to the Oakley Metas. Man, that is a cool idea. Talked to Ike about it a little bit. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the software that the Meta Glass is used. But if we can get live POV shots, that would be amazing. But right now we're trying to get any kind of there you go. It's Missy's birthday tomorrow.
That's right. I knew that was coming up. See, somebody answered us. Yeah.
Chat will give you the answer.
Yeah, so we're going to see what's going to happen here. We ought to be getting ready for a call to the post here in a moment. We're thankful for y'all being on today and being a part of it. You can tell
a beautiful evening here.
I was with one of my friends because I said, y'all, thank y'all for being here.
And you know what? I'm okay with it, right? We're just two dudes up here. We're pretty casual with our broadcast lingo, but we're all friends, right?
Yeah,
that's
it used
the
to
idea.
take my wife about 15 minutes of being in Kentucky with friends before she started doing that. So
I throw y'all around way too much, and I'm from Illinois, but it's appropriate. It fits.
Yep. So it looks like we're getting pretty much ready here. Hopefully. All right, we're still missing a horse, I think, David, out there with that. I tell you what, we'll put up our sponsor split window so you can see that information too. Because those people help us out a whole lot there. Illinois Standardbred Association, and that was new last year, right,
Yep,
David?
they're in their second season, and it just was really kind of an organizational nightmare to have 4 or 5 different colts associations being juggled amongst a couple people, so they consolidated them, streamlined a lot of efforts, and make things a little pretty slick for us. And good to see Bart and Julie Seals out there. Appreciate all their support over the years. They always enjoy Harness Tube and let us know how much fun they have and chime in and shoot me texts and comments and stuff and good stuff.
All right.
Want to thank all of our generous donors. We appreciate everybody out there. We know how hard you work to earn your money, and to part with it and share it with us just means the world.
Okay. Trying to think what else there.
I
There's a
hear
call to the post. We'll go back to Kurt.
Horses are on the track for the fourth race, second division of the Kurt Green Memorial, the Downstate Classic 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, a purse of just over $9,000. No scratches, no driver changes. The post parade will form up in a moment. Any of our race fans over in the grandstand, any of you involved in the farming profession? Anybody? Yeah, a few of you. Well, we mentioned that because we got a text message a moment ago from Brian Code, the co-owner of the trotting filly that won today's very first race, Broadway and Lou. And he said, I was able to watch on Harness Tube. So Harness Tube guys and gals, thank you. He said, I regret I couldn't be there, but he said, I'm busy spraying beans. So yeah, if you're a farmer, you can't always just... as our officials are saying, come on, Brian, what's more important than harness racing? But we understand you got to take care of those crops first and foremost. Let's meet the starters for the fourth race. Number 1 is Zoomster, owned and trained by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. John David Finn is in the bike. Number 2, Listen to Me Nelson, owned by the Engel Stable of Illinois, LLC of Northbrook of Marty Engel, and co-owned now by Benita Simmons of Springfield, trained by Tom Simmons, the driver, Wyatt Avenatti. 3 is Lou's True Lou, owned by Ernie Sork and Nori Nessa of Fairfield, Sean Nessa of DuQuoin, trained by Sean Nessa, the driver, Isaac Love. 4 is Zamboni, owned, trained, and driven by Dennis Gardner of West Salem. And 5 is Lou's Transporter, owned by the Flacco Family Farms of Alexis, trained by Steve Searle, and the driver, Jordan Patton.
Race fans, we'd like to remind you, if you'd like to buy a pick-a-winner ticket, just go find one of the Junior Fair Queens down here. They're walking around the grandstands. Tickets are $1 a piece. They're a bargain buy. And if we pull your name, you walk up to the fair office and get your cash. It is that simple. We'd also like to remind you to come back Sunday evening at 4:30 p.m. in the Dipper Show Barn. Bring your checkbook, bring your whole family and friends. That is the Sale of Champions. That tradition is back, something very important to the whole board and all the junior showmen. 100% of the proceeds goes to the showmen. There'll be a grand champion from every species that shows at the Macon County Fair. So please make plans to come and attend the event.
And thank you, Evan. Race 4, trotters are at the post. The gate is rolling. Second division of the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot, the Kurt Green Memorial. Good to have folks from the Decatur Canberra Club on site. They have been taking pictures at the races today. We talked to Patsy Fryman, who is our trackside winner's circle photographer. And Patsy got interested in harness racing by being a member of the club herself. Took pictures several years ago, and the horseman said, you know, you take awfully good pictures, and she has been kind enough to join us at a number of racing venues, including the Illinois State Fairgrounds, and does great work. So thanks to everybody, Patsy and the whole crew from the Decatur Canberra Club. David here on the infield in the judges stand. Great to visit with you. Here they come for race 4. They are off and trotting. There goes Lou's True Lou right out for the early lead. Lou's Transporter comes away second upon the outside as they thunder into the first turn. Listen to Me Nelson comes away racing in third, followed by Zoomster, who's trotting in fourth around the first turn, and Zamboni is last of the 5. Up the backstretch they go. Lou's True Lou the leader. Lou's Transporter right behind as they now straighten out these 5, and they go single file in this division of the Kurt Green Memorial past the quarter-mile mark. mark. Lou's True Lou showing the way by a length and a half. Lou's Transporter is in second position as they move over to the west end of the course. Listen to me, Nelson, third. 31 seconds flat. 31 seconds flat for that opening quarter. Zoomster takes to the outside, moving from fourth, about a half dozen lengths off the lead. Then a gap of 3 more lengths. Zamboni is last of the 5 as Lou's True Lou continues to show the way. Lou's True Lou grabbed the racetrack at the start, but is facing a challenge from Zoomster. And here's Zoomster with J.D. Finn right up on the outside to challenge Lou's True Lou as they race on past the half-mile mark. 101 and 3 for the first half mile, 101 and 3, and Lou's True Lou got rough-gated, moved from the inside lane to the outside lane, and then dropped back between horses. Again, put in an awkward step, lost some ground, and when it all shuffles out, what does that mean? It means Zoomster is now the leader by 2 lengths. Lou's Transporter is second, and a gap of 3 lengths. Listen to me, Nelson. He now is finally getting a chance to get started with his rally on the outside off the 3/4. 131 and 4 the time, 131 and 4, and Lou's True Lou was the trotter that got rough-gated just past the half-mile mark. Lou's Transporter is off stride. Zoomster leads. Can Lou's True Lou come back after that problem in the turn a moment ago? He's right there. Zoomster to the inside. Lou's True Lou is on the outside. Lou's True Lou, an incredible performance. He comes back and he wins it. Lou's True Lou won it by almost a length on the line. Zoomster was home second. Lou's Transporter third. Listen to me, Nelson fourth. And Zamboni was across the wire in fifth. 2:03 flat was the time for the mile. 2:03 flat. So Lou's True Lou was the early pace setter. And then just past the half, as they went toward the east end of the track, he got rough-gated. He moved off the inside lane. Isaac Love had to get him back under control. Horses moved by on either side of him. He looked like he was out of it, and yet he rallies back and crosses the wire first here in race 4. Now, as we watch, Listen to Me Nelson is making a very quick journey back to the home stretch, and it looks as though Wyatt Avenetti may be lodging a claim of foul. That's what a driver will do. They will go to the starter, in this case Stacy DeRoos, and they will say, hey, if you would, please get on the two-way radio, tell the judges, the stewards on the infield, I'm lodging a claim of foul. We'll get the update in a moment.
All right, David, we're waiting for things from the judge and so forth. I'm going to pull this down.
Lou's True Lou. More in a moment. There is a claim of foul, but it does not involve the winner. So good news for the folks trackside. The claim of foul will not affect their situation. Lou's True Lou, owned by Ernie Sork and Nori Nessa of Fairfield, trained by co-owner Sean Nessa of DuQuoin. This trotter, a 3-year-old gelded son of Lindy's True Grit. Isaac Love, congratulations with the winning drive. And this will be fantastic news for the trainer and co-owner Sean Nessa, who recently had spent some time at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. He was discharged on Memorial Day and made the trip back to his home in southern Illinois. He said everything's good. He said, I've never felt better, and there's no better medicine than a win. Sean Nessa learned the art of training racehorses from his late father, John. John was an excellent trainer, won a lot of stakes races across Iowa and Illinois. The Nessa family, Sean and his mother, Nori, traced their roots to the village of Thor, Iowa. in the northern part of the state. Congratulations to Nori, to Ernie, and to Sean. Lou's True Lou, your winner. 10th career win for that trotter, bred by Jason Jess and Verrill Lee Miller. Claim of foul that was lodged by the driver of the 2, Listen to Me Nelson, against the 5, Lou's Transporter. The 2, Listen to Me Nelson, driver Wyatt Avenatti, lodged a claim of foul against the driver of the 5, Lou's Transporter, after the half-mile mark in the vicinity of the 5/8 mile mark. Objection pending. We'll update you when we have more. Evan, I'll say this. If you want to play pick a winner, the winner's okay. Lou's True Lou, you're good to go with the winner.
Well, in that case, Kurt, let's congratulate Courtney Dunker.
Okay, well, we're waiting for, what are we waiting for here? They've already done winner's circle?
Waiting for the official. There's a complaint that the official is deciding on, and they're going to call it. And I'm waiting for him to call official so I can go to the 5th race. But
yeah, I know we're going to disappoint people, but the car camera is cutting out, and because we are in a building, we can't get it set where it will give us good coverage.
Right.
Hopefully tomorrow night at Carlinville, because we'll be on the stage.
Right.
We should have a clear shot of the whole track like we do in Springfield.
And like our camera, it's wireless, but it's stationary, and it's shooting to the same spot here in the booth. So it's only kind of, if it misses once or twice, it can figure out where to go. But that car's going around us, and if it drops it just gets lost, and we drop signal,
Yeah, and it's trying to rediscover where that signal is.
Which is, tough. So.
And tomorrow night we'll have the camera hardwired, so we'll have no other wireless interference tomorrow night.
Right. Nothing should go wrong then, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well.
I didn't say that
Why
out
did
loud.
you say
I don't
that?
know. It came out by accident.
Like I said, it takes more. It takes more working parts because we're trying to bring you the best product that we can possibly bring you.
R.I.P. to the camera on the car.
Where, huh?
R.I.P. to the camera on the car.
Yep. Rest in
for today.
peace.
We'll be back tomorrow, tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow evening, and believe me, David and I will be researching antenna things that we can do to make that better.
Yes, and laptop chargers in the meantime too.
Yeah. And what kind of computer is that? Maybe we put it out there that if we got any viewers in the greater Decatur area.
It's a Lenovo, I think. Is that right? Lenovo ThinkPad, IdeaPad. Yep, Lenovo IdeaPad, Slim 3i. My battery is dying, and my power cord is plugged in appropriately in every different outlet we could find and still not working, so we're going to figure that out. But still waiting on race number 4 to be official. They were going to
pull them
up with driver Wyatt Avenatti by two-way radio. Again, Wyatt, the driver of the 4th place finisher in today's 4th race, number 2, Listen to Me Nelson, lodging a claim of foul against the unofficial 3rd place finisher, number 5, Lou's Transporter, alleging interference past the half in the vicinity of the 5/8 mile mark. But again, this claim of foul does not concern the top 2 in the unofficial result. 5th race is on the way. No changes in race 5. We'll pass along an update on the outcome of the claim of foul for the 4th race as soon as more information becomes available.
All right, David, they're adjusting those. We'll get that in a moment. Just lots of working parts here, even for the judges. With our view, we can give them a good view, but it's not always the best view, is it, David?
Nope, I got the updated result in today's fourth race for interference committed in the vicinity of the 5/8 mile mark just after the halfway point in race 4. Number 5, Lou's Transporter, finished third, has been disqualified and placed fourth by the stewards. And as a result, the 2, Listen to Me Nelson, who finished fourth, is placed third. So with that said, here now is the entire official order of finish for the fourth event. Zoomster was the runner-up. Listen to Me Nelson finished fourth, placed third. Lou's True Lou, the winner. Zamboni finished 5, and Lou's Transporter finished third, disqualified and placed fourth. 31 seconds at the quarter, 1:01 and 3 at the half, 3 quarters, 1:31 and 4, and the time for the mile, 2:03 flat. With the placing, it reads 2:31.54. And by virtue of the faster winning mile from the 2 divisions of the 3-year-old Colt Trot, the Downstate Classic blanket will go to the connections of Fox Valley Sabra in that third race by virtue of that 2:02 mile. And a reminder, earlier today in the opening race, the 3-year-old filly Trot, it was the winner of the second division, Shady Maple Chick, with the faster winning mile among those fillies in 2:03. So that's
This Labor Day, the future of Illinois harness racing takes center stage. Walk the barns. Study the pedigrees. Watch them move. And invest in tomorrow's winners. From proven bloodlines to rising stars. Illini Classic Yearling Sale, where champions are found.
Long before the crowds arrive, the work is already underway. Track after track. Kevin Miller Stable campaigns winning standardbreds across the Midwest. Kev Miller Stable, 217-254-0170.
For over 40 years, horses have been our way of life. Built on experience, patience, and care.
Race 5, a purse of $6,906, the first of 3 divisions of the 3-year-old filly pace in the Downstate Classic, the Leroy Moyer Memorial. No changes. Number 1, Fox Valley Barbie is owned by Kevin Miller of Arthur, Bart Seals of Mason, Penny White of Altamont, the trainer Kevin Miller, the driver Marcus Detweiler. 2, Tornado Cat, owned by Benita Simmons of Springfield, Ann Schneider of Petersburg, trained by Tom Simmons, the driver Wyatt Avenetti. 3 is Trevor's Red Hot Girl, owned by Donna Krebs of Cantrell, Carla Santos of Springfield. The trainer is Alexander Conte and the driver Matt Avenetti. Number 4 is Wanda Woman, owned by Shelley Graham of Salem, trained by Tom T. Tetrick, and the driver is LaWayne Miller. Number 5, Restless Angel, owned by Ernie Sork and Nori Nessa of Fairfield, and owned also by trainer Sean Nessa of DuQuoin. The driver is Isaac Love. In this 5th race, we talked about the fact that when the program began, Marcus Detweiler appeared to be well on his way to victory in the first race today when the trotter he was driving broke stride with about an 1/8 of a mile to go. Absolutely, I can't imagine. I would guess that Marcus's heart sank into his stomach when that happened because he would love to win a Downstate Classic race, but he gets another shot at it here, and he drives Fox Valley Barbie for the first time. Wyatt Avenetti took the call on Tornado Cat, so Marcus gets a chance to drive a filly that has won 13 races. As for Tornado Cat, that is a filly who also was born in the aftermath of the tornado that struck Sherman, Illinois, and impacted Walker Standardbreds on March 31st, 2023. Tornado Cat was born just a few days after that tornado, hence her name. And her first dam, her mother, Fox Valley Catwalk, regrettably became ill with colic, essentially a gastrointestinal disorder, and her mother did not survive. So this is an amazing story. Tornado Cat comes into the world in the chaos of an aftermath of a tornado. She loses her mom just a few days later, and yet here she is at the races, at the Downstate Classic. You can imagine it was an emotional win when she got her first career victory back in December in Chicago. Will she add another one here today? Or will it be one of the other contenders here in race 5? We're about to find out, and we'll all find out together. Here they come, 5th race. They are off in pacing first division of the Leroy Moyer Memorial. Wanda Woman fires out from the outside. Trevor's Red Hot Girl is right there as well, and Tornado Cat saves the ground and has the lead as a result around the first turn. Tornado Cat, the leader, 3/4 of a length. Wanda Woman goes second, up on the outside by 2 lengths. And then Trevor's Red Hot Girl, who is tucked away along the inside third. In fact, they all straighten out and go single file. Fox Valley Barbie is 4th, and Restless Angel is 5th as they go by the quarter and work their way toward the west end of the track. 29-3, the fastest opening quarter so far on this Downstate Classic card here this afternoon. It is Tornado Cat with the lead by a length. Wanda Woman is now right behind her in the second position as they come on down toward the half. Trevor's Red Hot Girl moves up third, now second, just off the leader's flank as we're halfway home here in this division of the Leroy Moyer Memorial. And then further back, you've got Restless Angel, who is traveling next to last, and Fox Valley Barbie is last, but right there, she's just a little over 2 lengths off the lead as they head back now toward the east end. 101-4 for the first half mile. 101-4. Tornado Cat is the leader, but she's under pressure. Trevor's Red Hot Girl inching forward in second as the Avenatti brothers go 1-2 after 5/8 of a mile. Wanda Woman appears to have pace, but so far can't find any place to put it. Restless Angel goes wide from the center of the pack, and look out, here comes Fox Valley Barbie. Marcus Detweiler is on a mission, moving from last in between horses up into 4th, now challenging for 3rd, but they've got to catch Tornado Cat. Trevor's Red Hot Girl moves up on the outside. 134-3, the time at the 3/4, 134-3. Trevor's Red Hot Girl has the lead. Tornado Cat is now second. Fox Valley Barbie is third as they come for the finish. Trevor's Red Hot Girl is going to win her division of the Downstate Classic in the Leroy Moyer Memorial for 3-year-old pacing fillies. She drew off and she won it by just over 3 lengths. Fox Valley Barbie was up in time for second, close for third. Wanda Woman or Tornado Cat, and further back, Restless Angel was 5th. 2:03-4 was the time for the mile. 2:03 4/5 of a second. Trevor's Red Hot Girl, number 3, your unofficial winner. Leroy Moyer trained a lot of good horses, both trotters and pacers, right here at the Macon County Fairgrounds, and we remember him with the Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly pace. And again, Leroy was one of the individuals who played a key role in the formation of the Downstate Classic in the early 1990s. And this is quite a moment. If you are Donna Krebs of Cantrell, and certainly also for Carla Santos, don't misunderstand, but Donna Krebs bred this filly in partnership with her sister, Judy Conzo. The third dam of this filly is Fox Valley Red Hot, whom Donna and her late husband Jim raced to an Illinois-bred championship title in the late 1980s. Jim is no longer with us, but he told Donna, he said, Fox Valley Red Hot will be our foundation broodmare, and that great champion is the third dam of this winning filly. Folks, how about a hand for Trevor's Red Hot Girl? Donna Krebs is standing immediately to the left of driver Wyatt Avenatti. The winning filly, co-owned by Carla Santos of Springfield. First win of the year, third career win for this Captain Trevor out of Red Hot Heart by Sportsmaster. The winner trained by Alexander Conte and driven by Matt Avenatti, who crawls into the bike and drives this filly for the first time in her career, and that proved to be a good idea because it worked out with a victory here in the Downstate Classic, 203 and 4. 3 straight runner-up finishes coming into today's card, and it turned out that that was the perfect series of prep races as Trevor's Red Hot Girl drew clear in the stretch with Wyatt, or rather I should say Matt Avenatti, sitting chilly in the race bike. We'll have the full field rundown in just a moment. Evan, if you want to play Pick a Winner, you're good to go with the winner, Trevor's Red Hot Girl.
All right, Kurt, our race number 5, Pick a Winner is, drum roll, please.
Okay, their judges are looking at some more things, David, on this particular race, on some interference, and, we'll go from there. I think that was called by the car, wasn't it? I thought Stacy had saw some things or seen some things.
I don't know. You mean on the camera or Stacy himself?
Just Stacy himself.
I don't know if that was just the information coming in or if that's what his opinion, but there was some communication up to the judges' booth, and the judges are looking at the footage to make their determination.
Absolutely, and as we wait for it to be final here, reminder, we will be back tomorrow. Post time is 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Correcto.
And we'll be on the air before that. And again, if you're wondering why that beautiful view from the car isn't happening, is just a different setup here. We talked about it when we were in Carrollton. Is every racetrack is different,
absolutely,
and every setup is different, and we find unique things out that are different.
With the 3/4 of the runner-up, number 1, Fox Valley Barbie, and the 5th place finisher, number 5, Restless Angel. So an inquiry is pending concerning the runner-up and the unofficial result. We have seen a claim of foul here today. Sometimes a driver or even a trainer might lodge a claim of foul, but there are also occasions when the stewards can launch their own inquiry even in the absence of a claim of foul. Sometimes the stewards will say, look, we're not going to make this result official until we get a chance to take a closer look at the video footage of the race, which, thanks to our friends at Harness Tube who provide the live stream, they have their central command center right here in the infield judges stand. And as we speak, our judges are peering over the shoulders of Steve Surratt and David Brink, looking at the camera work of Lisa Surratt as they continue their inquiry into the move at the 3/4. Again, the winner's fine. No problem with the winner. But the inquiry does focus on the unofficial runner-up, Fox Valley Barbie. So we'll pass along an update as soon as one is available. Race 6 is on the way. 6th race coming up. No changes in race 6.
All right, David, they're still trying to sort things out here. We'll keep it down, keep Kurt's mic up for when he comes back in. But a lot of integral parts in harness racing, a lot of factors. It's not like the NFL. Everybody complains you miss a call in the NFL and you've got, 7, 8 officials, plus you've got the replay of 8, 10, 12, 14 cameras.
I can't imagine how many terabytes they juggle when they produce the production truck on an NFL game, but it is like 10 or 20 terabytes of data for every single broadcast.
Yeah.
So the amount of camera work that they have, and everything's loaded up ahead of time, and they have backups and triplet backups, and
and we can record every camera, but then again, that's going to take up more space on things, and we could go back to that, and we've looked at doing a couple of those things as showing over onto the screen what they're looking at, so you're looking at. But right now, we're trying to make sure that we stay on the air with
as we await the update from the judges concerning the inquiry in Race 5. One note: we always like to keep track of our Downstate Classic milestones, and we heard from trainer Sean Nessa, who sent along word that the victory by Lou's True Lou earlier today, that was back in the 4th race. That is his first win in the Downstate Classic as a trainer. He said, I've been runner-up, and I've been runner-up more than once in the Downstate Classic, but congratulations, Sean Nessa, getting his first Downstate Classic win. And I'm curious about trainer Alexander Conte, only because I don't think Alexander has started a lot of horses in the Downstate Classic. We'll try to pin that down in just a moment to find out if that was a milestone for him.
All right, as we continue to wait on things, sometimes it's a long wait between races.
Evan, I wanted to double check. Is there a horseman's cookout coming up later today? Because the reason I ask, someone just delivered a stack of envelopes to the judges' stand, and each envelope says Horseman's Drawing on it. So I was curious if that might be something that goes with the gathering after the races today.
So those drawings are actually from an independent committee of supporters and horse racing fans, and we thank them for their donations and the time that they put in. I understand that there's been kids' activities today, coloring books and kits that have been given out to the kids. In addition, of course, the USTA has sent the virtual reality goggles as well as a race bike, so that the average fair participant can sit in the race bike and wear the goggles and try to get a sensation for what it's like to race. So I heard there was a line for that earlier. Those are just some fun activities for the general public. But I do want to remind you, if you've come here and for the duration of the evening, once the racing is concluded tonight, immediately after, we invite all the owners, trainers, drivers to come down to the horse barns, mingle, socialize, fellowship, have a pork chop sandwich, and enjoy the evening, this nice weather. So come on down. It is a free meal, courtesy of the Fair Board, for all the owners, trainers, and drivers. So congratulations to these fine horsemen and all the talent for getting to this point. So we want you to enjoy your evening.
All right, they're doing up right for the horsemen here tonight, David.
We appreciate the Fair Board here doing that. There used to be horseman feeds across the fairs, and it's a tradition that the horsemen kind of miss, that socializing and the time when we're not competing against each other, but still just family and friends. It means a lot, so we appreciate everyone here at the Macon County Fair for putting that on for us.
Absolutely. David, I'm going to take this down just for a second here so that we can go to our talk points, if I can find it. And now that I've changed everything, again, where are we going to be? We're going to be in Decatur tomorrow
and tomorrow morning,
and Carlinville. And then the middle of next week, we'll be in Springfield. Really looking forward to that. 10 a.m. on the 10th and 11 a.m. on the 11th. They didn't clear that 10 o'clock time with me
They didn't
as
ask
far
me
as
either.
sleep time, David. But then it's a few days till we get down to Newton, and we always look at Newton as one of our favorite things. We had a fun time down there last year. They treated us really well. And thank our generous donors that are out there that help us along. Again, check out our website, all kinds of new great things. Driver profiles there.
Yeah.
So if you're a driver,
Get your profile,
get your profile
submitted
out
in.
there so that people can check out your profile.
Your favorite, foods, music, all that kind of good stuff people want to know.
Follow, like, or subscribe us on Facebook and on YouTube. When you support us, either by donation or by commercial or sponsorship, you are helping deter the cost and sometimes equipment upgrades or equipment purchases because something breaks.
Like a new laptop, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But you're supporting those things.
It wouldn't be the first new laptop, a harness tube, would it?
No. I remember somebody shutting a pin on a computer last year while we were in Newton, in fact.
Yeah, we were down there to the Airbnb, weren't we? So.
Yeah, that's let's see.
But we definitely appreciate everyone's help, supporting us via donations, advertising, sponsors, whether you think.
I don't know. We never got a final on that, did we?
I did not hear it. I don't know how to move through this.
Well, we'll get to Lisa and get the...
We realize we still owe you that rundown in race 5, but the inquiry still pending. The stewards have been taking testimony from the drivers that they have focused on for the stewards inquiry into race 5. So the result on balance is still not yet official. We'll pass along info in just a moment. Post parade for race 6, second division of the Downstate Classic, 3-year-old filly Pace, the Leroy Moyer Memorial, a purse of just over $6,900. No changes. Number 1 is the Illinois champion, 2-year-old pacing filly of last season, Fox Valley Fast Track, owned by Anthony Lombardi of Morris, owned also by Final Turn of New Smyrna Beach, Florida, and by Mark Winship of Canton, trained by Irv Miller, Lewayne Miller in the bike. 2 Calico Sunset, owned and trained by Leroy Hunt of Jackson, Tennessee. Matt Avenatti is up. 3 Fox Valley Tambra, owned by Ivan Hawthorne of Winsboro, Louisiana. Chad Angle of Wright City, Missouri. Jade Hadfield of Utah, trained by Tom Simmons, the driver, Wyatt Avenatti. 4 Captain Ruthie is owned by Michael Summers of Crystal Springs, Mississippi, co-owned by the trainer Roshan Trigg of Brandon, Mississippi. Marcus Turner in the bike. And 5 Bet on the Jet, owned by Christopher Spann of Canton, Mississippi, trained by Jordan Patton, Jordan the driver. Stewards' inquiry has been completed in race 5, and there has been a disqualification. Number 1, Fox Valley Barbie, who finished runner-up, has been disqualified and placed 5 for interference at the 3/4 committed against number 5, Restless Angel. A reminder, horsemen, that there is a patrol judge, as we used to call them in days past, that is positioned over on the reviewing stand at the speed office just outside of the far turn on the west end of the track. So the patrol judge there, Alvin Siebert, has relayed word to our stewards in the infield judges stand, including presiding judge Randy Callahan. He has given his viewpoint of it. The drivers, they spoke with Randy by two-way radio. They gave their account of it, and a disqualification has resulted. So let's give you the full field rundown here in race number 5. From the top, Fox Valley Barbie was runner-up but disqualified and placed 5. Tornado Cat finished 3, placed 2. Trevor's Red Hot Girl, the winner. Wanda Woman finished 4th, placed 3rd. Restless Angel finished 5, placed 4. They got the quarter in 29 and 3, the half in 101 and 4. 3 quarters, 134 and 3/5, and the time for the mile, 2:03 and 4/5 of a second. With the placing, it reads 5:21.34. Race 6, second division of the 3-year-old filly Pace is at the post, and the gate is rolling. So number 1, Fox Valley Fast Track, was named the top 2-year-old pacing filly in all of Illinois for last season. She's only made 1 start this year, and she was 4th. But did you notice she paced a mile in 1:52 and 1? And that was on the 5/8 mile track at Oak Grove in Kentucky. Let's see what she does here. Here they come. They are off and pacing. Now, there goes Calico Sunset, who has gotten off to a great beginning on the county fair circuit just in the last week or so. She is already a 3-time winner this year. And Calico Sunset, this is a bold move. This is a bold move by Matt Avenatti. He's going to the lead, and he got into a brief speed battle with Fox Valley Fast Track, but Wyatt wants to be in control of his own destiny. So to him, he rolled the dice. He decided it was better to go ahead and make the move now, and let's make Fox Valley Fast Track play come get me if you can. 29 flat, the opening quarter, 29 flat. Love the way harness horse drivers work the strategy. Let's see if this pays off for Matt Avenatti and Calico Sunset, who's got the lead as they come on down toward the halfway point. Look out, the champ is starting to move right now. Fox Valley Fast Track, here she comes, 3rd, 2nd, within a half length of the lead. Calico Sunset inside, Fox Valley Fast Track to the outside. 59 seconds flat for the first half mile, 59 flat. Fox Valley Tamara 3rd, and she's only a length off the front pair. Bet on the Jet is shuffled back to 4th. Captain Ruthie is 5th. Notice also, Wyatt, or rather Matt Avenatti, by making that early move, has forced the champ to go an extra distance of ground. That put Fox Valley Fast Track in the position to have to go to the outside lane, but you're seeing why she's the champ. She has just moved by for the lead. 128 and 4 at the 3 quarters, 128 and 4. Give credit to Matt Avenatti. He played the strategy, but Fox Valley Fast Track, folks, as we say, there's a reason she's the champ. She is chased off the turn by Fox Valley Tamara, but LaWayne Miller is about to pick up his 2nd win on the card. Fox Valley Fast Track was up to the challenge, folks, and the champ is back, and she cruises home nearly 5 lengths, about 4 lengths to the good. In this victory here, Fox Valley Fast Track gets her first win of 2026. It was Fox Valley Tamara across the line in 2nd. Calico Sunset is 3rd. Captain Ruthie was across the line 4th, and Bet on the Jet 5th. Time for the mile, 1 minute 58 and 1/5 seconds. 1:58 and 1. Fox Valley Fast Track, your unofficial winner with that move at the 3 quarter.
David, if we can hear him talking in here, that is close to a stakes record.
One tick off, it sounds like. We have a 158 and 1 mile, and then the stakes record was 158 flat.
And we've had
well, Incredible Filly
big miles.
Is the fastest 3-year-old pacing filly ever in the Downstate Classic, and 158 flat. And that record does survive here in race 6, but only by a whisker. This filly came real close to it. This filly being Fox Valley Fast Track in front of us now, 158 and 1. How about a hand for the winner of race 6? Congratulations to Anthony Lombardi of Morris, final turn of Anthony Overheiser of New Smyrna Beach, Florida, and Mark Winship of Canton, trained by Irv Miller, driven by Lewayne Miller. 2 wins today for Lewayne, who again is making his first appearance in 13 years in the Downstate Classic. Journeys over from his home in Indiana. Another graduate of the Land of Lincoln sale. This 3-year-old filly is by Some Star Somewhere out of Subway Hanover by Yankee Cruiser. And another winner on today's card, the second winner of the day, bred by Fox Valley Standard Breds. And again, 158-1 the time. This filly won 7 of 9 races last year and now gets back to the winner's circle in her second start of 2026 in this division of the Leroy Moyer Memorial. Congratulations, Lewayne Miller, and all the connections of Fox Valley Fast Track, doing what a champion does. That was a fantastic Downstate Classic race because, again, you've got to respect and appreciate a driver like Matt Avenatti. He obviously put a lot of thought into that race, folks. And Matt believed in his filly, and he also recognized, okay, we're going up against the champ. And Matt even said a few days ago, he said, look, there are fillies in our race that are faster than we are. So what Matt did was he made that early move. He controlled the tempo early, and it forced the eventual winner, Fox Valley Fast Track, to rally from off the pace and to go a bit wide around a couple of those turns in that 4-turn mile journey. But Fox Valley Fast Track, give her credit, she was up to the task. Irv Miller, the winning trainer, and Irv has probably won more Downstate Classics than almost anybody. He has won a lot of these, and of course, a native of Arthur, Illinois. And Leroy Moyer and Irv Miller thought very highly of one another, and Leroy, a member of Irv's staff at one point as well. So here's the full field rundown for race 6. It's official. Fox Valley Fast Track was the winner. Calico Sunset was third. Fox Valley Tamara, the runner-up. Captain Ruthie finished 4th, and Bet on the Jet was 5. They got the quarter 29 flat, the half 59 flat, 3/4 128 and 4, and the time for the mile 158 and 1/5. The reads down 132.45. That will bring us now to race 7, the final division of the Leroy Moyer Memorial. And 158-1, the time to beat in order to claim the Downstate Classic blanket. Couple of driver changes. A reminder, the 2 Fox Valley Polaris, the driver Mike Cox. That's the 2 Fox Valley Polaris. Mike Cox is the driver. And on the 3, Bombs Away captain Joel Smith. Co-owner Joel Smith, the father of trainer Amanda Van Winkle. Joel will drive number 3, Bombs Away captain. Hey, folks, if you're playing Pick a Winner today, sometimes it might be if it's a rainy day at the Paramutuals and a horse has some reference to rain in the name, people will say, okay, that's a good hunch play. Just throwing this out there, take it for what it's worth. We talked about the renovations to the infield judges stand. Well, the windows, the new windows are Polaris windows. Make of that what you will. Draw your own conclusions. We're getting ready for race 7.
Kurt, we've got the winner for race 6, Pick a Winner. Is Janice Simonton. Janice Simonton, congratulations. Make sure you stop by the fair office to pick up your cash. Please keep in mind there are 2 Fair Board members walking around with their green Macon County Fair Board.
All right, David, anything else you want to pass on? Let's talk about it a little bit. Kurt talked about it a little. The legislation did not go through.
Correct.
As we had hoped at the 11th hour, and it seems like they were in Springfield early.
Till the 13th hour, sounds like this morning.
13th hour this morning, that didn't get passed, and that folks just continue to pray and look at that as things happen. Now we're looking probably at the fall session now, aren't we, David?
Yeah, it's election year, so you're going to have a lame duck session. It's an interesting situation we're in. We wish we would have this thing passed by now. It's hard to figure out where the obstacle is. We think we have everything kind of covered, every base covered, and it just can't get the gaming bill to move. The state has a lot of other priorities, it seems like, and the gaming stuff just never gets any kind of speed and picks up. But we have everyone in Springfield working. I know how hard they were working all weekend long. I was getting text messages from a couple guys, and it's just one of those things. Anything can happen in Springfield. We were told, I think, Friday night it could be a slam dunk, and here we are Saturday. By mid-afternoon, it drops apart. So that's Springfield. We've been subject to it now for 30 years. But really, I mean, we've been playing this game for 7 to 8 now, but it is what it is. I think the horsemen are resilient here. I think there's still some money in the state that's willing to invest and watch these things race at the fairs. So, as long as there's a county fair program, you can have a harness tube to bring it to you.
All right. With that, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages.
From sale preparation to rehabilitation, we are committed to helping horses reach their potential. Brenneman Equine, a tradition of horsemanship. Call Lamar or Ronnie today.
Real craftsmanship still exists at Yoder's Custom Woodworking and Amish Furniture. From custom kitchens and built-ins to handcrafted furniture, outdoor poly, and more. Family owned and trusted since 1995. Visit Yoder's in Sullivan or call 217-728-2166 today.
Avenatti Racing, a third-generation, family-run stable with a legacy of excellence. Centrally located between Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky racing programs, Avenatti Racing specializes in buying yearlings, breaking, training, and racing top-performing standardbreds. Call 217-840-6469 or email avanettiracing@gmail.com today. Avenatti Racing, from yearling to racetrack, we build contenders.
Kerr Auction is your trusted source for ag equipment, attachments, construction gear, trucks, trailers, and hard-to-find parts. With live and online auctions at kerrauction.com, you can bid from anywhere, field, job site, or front porch. From big equipment to small parts, if you need it, Kerr Auction has it. Don't miss your next deal. Check out kerrauction.com today. Kerr Auction, built for the working world.
Why pay more for the same groceries? Your favorite brands at prices you'll love. Right here in Mattoon. Family owned and proud to serve our community. Proud supporters of local harness racing and the Coles County Fair. Stop in and save today. B&D Grocery in Mattoon.
Horses are on the track, race 7 in your scorecard, the third and final division of the Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly Pace as part of the Leroy Moyer Memorial. And again, so far, the fastest time, or the faster, I should say, from the first two divisions, 1:58 and 1 by Fox Valley Fast Track. If you're similar to me, I had a teacher at Southern Illinois, Carbondale. She was adamant about that. If there are two, you say the faster. If there are 3 or more, only then do you say the fastest. Joan Martin, rest her soul, she was a fantastic instructor, and she was quite adamant about the proper term depending on how many are involved. Number 7, or 7th race, I should say, 5 horses ready to go. A reminder, Mike Cox drives the 2, Fox Valley Polaris, and Joel Smith drives number 3, Bombs Away Captain. Let's meet the starters. The purse, once again, just over $6,900. Number 1, Illini Fort KK, is owned by Rochelle Graham of Terry, Mississippi, trained by Roshan Trigg. Marcus Turner is in the bike. 2, Fox Valley Polaris, owned by Mark Winship of Canton, owned also by Monty Thompson of London Mills, Jamaica Patton of Rochester, Ryan Speary of Springfield, trained by Jamaica Patton. Mike Cox is the driver. 3, Bombs Away Captain, is owned by Joel and Paula Smith of Springfield, Bart Seals of Mason, owned also by Linwood Romano of Millsboro, Delaware, trained by Amanda Van Winkle, and again, contrary to the program, it'll be her father, Joel Smith, who will handle the driving chores. The 4 is Super Sage, owned by Nan Turner of Argenta, trained by John Fletcher. The driver is Wyatt Avanetti. And number 5, Cupid's Dragon, first ever Downstate Classic horse for owner Jamie Henderson of Lovington. Jamie, welcome aboard. Larry Plank is the trainer and the driver. Headed to the gate, 7th race. Top of the stretch, here they come, race 7. They are off and pacing in the 3rd and final division of the Leroy Moyer Memorial, and off into the first turn they go with Illini Fort KK, the early leader. Fox Valley Polaris is in the 2nd position. Bombs Away Captain is 3rd. Super Sage goes 4th, and Cupid's Dragon away 5th. Everybody away in good order. Single file as they head off the first turn and up the back stretch. Illini Fort KK shows the way. Illini Fort KK leads it by just a length. Fox Valley Polaris goes 2nd by 2 lengths. Bombs Away Captain is racing 3rd by 2, and then Super Sage is in 4th, and Cupid's Dragon is last of the 5 as they go on by the quarter. 30 and 2/5 seconds for the opening quarter, 30 and 2/5 seconds. So Illini Fort KK made the top in the opening strides, and she has stayed there thus far for Marcus Turner. Fox Valley Polaris getting a good trip in the 2nd position as they come on down to the half. Bombs Away Captain is racing along in 3rd. Let's see if we have a challenge here for the lead, because Fox Valley Polaris takes a peek toward the outside from that 2nd position, but is still in 2nd, a length and a half off the lead. Illini Fort KK is the leader. A minute flat for the first half mile, a minute flat. Illini Fort KK shows the way as they head off the first turn and up the back stretch and leads it by just 1 length. It is Fox Valley Polaris who travels along in the 2nd position, a length and a half. Bombs Away Captain is gearing up now and takes a look toward the outside, and here comes Bombs Away Captain, a quarter mile to go, from 3rd up into 2nd, a length off the lead. Illini Fort KK, Bombs Away Captain is breathing down her neck as they hit the final turn. 3/4 and 130 flat. Bombs away Captain from the outside. Has the lead by a half length. Illini Fort KK is second by 3. Fox Valley Polaris is third. Off the turn and into the stretch. Bombs away Captain. A narrow lead on the outside. Illini Fort KK is second. Bombs away Captain is off to the winner's circle. Bombs away Captain. Joel Smith in the bike to win the final division of the Leroy Moyer Memorial Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly pace. Won it by 3 lengths. Illini Fort KK was second. Going to be close for third. Either Fox Valley Polaris or Super Sage. And further back, Cupid's Dragon finished 5th.
We think it's 201, but we're going to see what he says. 201 and 1. We got 201 flat. Yeah, it's close enough. 201 flat. 201.
Time for the mile, 2:01 flat. The time for the mile, 2:01 flat, and that means that the blanket for the Leroy Moyer Memorial Downstate Classic 3-year-old filly pace will go to Fox Valley Fast Track with that 158 and 1 back in race 6. But we'll meet the winner of race 7 in a moment.
Good race there, David.
It sure was. Good to see Joel Smith back in the bike and doing it in a winning way. We had him down at Springfield a couple weeks ago. This is a nice filly he's got in his stable. His daughter's stable. I want to get that correct. This is Amanda's stable, but good to have Papa Joel driving for her up there. I mean, it's a family affair. Jason Van Winkle been in our chats multiple times. He's a good buddy from up in Lincoln area, so we appreciate them. And it's good to see Joel out there. You know, he's been doing this for a long time at a very high level.
Some good harness racing going on, and some exciting harness racing. And folks, we want to encourage you to get out to a local county fair to see it in person.
Absolutely.
Lisa is usually in the stands. Stop by, tell her hello. She loves talking with people that have been watching us, at least between races. She gets to talk to a few people because that's where she is in the stand.
Fantastic career in the harness business, and it continues. He gets the winning drive here today. You might remember, Joel has raced Super Night winners, Night of Champions winners in Chicago. He teams up with his daughter, Amanda Van Winkle, here in race 7 with Bombs Away Captain. First time we talked to Joel, he said it's the first time he could remember that he and his family have raced in the Downstate Classic, and it pays off with a win. How about a hand for the winner of race 7? The winner, Bombs Away Captain, second winner of the day for Captain Trevor. This 3-year-old filly bred by the Fox Valley Standard Breds. This is their third win of the day as breeder. Another win for the Land of Lincoln sale here today. That is 4 wins, 4 winners that have graduated from that sale. First career drive in the Downstate Classic for Joel Smith, pays off with a win. First career start in the Downstate Classic for Amanda Van Winkle as trainer, pays off with a win. Congratulations, folks. Joel and Paula Smith now make their home in Springfield. They are the co-owners, along with Bart Seals of Mason and Linwood Romano of Millsboro, Delaware. 2:01 flat the time. And we talked to Joel Smith, and we said, who, just out of curiosity, is Linwood Romano? How did someone who lives, and we're glad, but how did someone in the state of Delaware get interested in owning an Illinois bred? And Joel said, because for a time we were based at Pocono Downs in Pennsylvania. That was where we got to know Linwood Romano. And Linwood said, when the Smith family headed back to the Midwest, he said, I would be interested in owning part of an Illinois bred. So, Linwood Romano, if you are tuning in through our folks at Harness Tube, we want you to know we appreciate you and all of our owners here in Illinois who have continued to invest in this program. Full field rundown coming up. Evan, if you want to go ahead with pick a winner, you're good to go.
David, that last race was so close. They're looking at the photo finish.
Yeah, Mark and Linda Brown doing the photo finish work. We appreciate all their hard work, and it was a close one, I think, there. So they're going to get things right before we announce them.
Well, and we talked about the moving parts. You've got judges, you've got timers, you've got assistants of those people, the track announcer. You've got people giving out the awards for the winning horses.
The pick a winner takes a team usually too, you know.
Absolutely.
Kids running the stands and everything.
In this case, we've got a judge over in the third, the backstretch.
You know, it's a big day, the Downstate Classic, and I think most of the judges in the state are probably here or watching.
Here's the full field rundown. It is official for race 7. From the top, Illini Fort KK was runner-up. Fox Valley Polaris was third. Bombs Away Captain, the winner. Super Sage finished 4th, and Cupid's Dragon finished 5. They got the quarter in 30 and 2/5. They got the half in a minute, 3/4 in 1:30, and the time for the mile, 2:01 flat. It reads 2:31.45. So that brings us now to the 3-year-old Colt and Gelding Pace, the first of 2 divisions here, race 8, the Buddy Hanna Memorial. There are no changes in race 8.
Experience matters. At Simmons Stable, Illinois Hall of Fame trainer Tom Simmons, along with wife Benita, has built a legacy of developing and racing championship standardbreds. From yearling to winner's circle, every horse is guided with experience, expertise, and care. Simmons Stable, 217-801-4246.
Looking to move your mobile home? Need a roll-off dumpster at a competitive rate? Or maybe it's time to demo that old mobile home? Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport has you covered. We serve Central Illinois with reliable mobile home transport, offer affordable roll-off dumpsters for the Springfield area, and provide expert demolition services across Illinois and Missouri. For fast, friendly service, call Wayne Decker at 217-313-9744. That's 217-313-9744. Or find Pine Ridge Mobile Home Transport on Facebook, your one-stop solution for mobile home services.
Of the others in the lineup, but you never know. We'll see how things go. In a Minute was your winner of the Illinois State Fair Colt Stakes Championship last year at 2. Incredible Stevie, a horse that has won some 8 times, and if you know Nan Turner, she and trainer John Fletcher have combined for several wins over the years in this Downstate Classic. Number 5, Fox Valley Side Job. That horse, a winner in a big upset at the Illinois State Fair last year in the Illinois Department of Agriculture Series. And number 6, Illini Game Day, fresh off a victory in the Great Midwest Pace at Martinsville. Kevin Miller, the trainer, got his first ever Great Midwest victory. And then Illini Game Day backed it up with a win at the Greene County Fair at Carrollton and became the first horse in 17 years to win his very next start after winning the Great Midwest Pace. Good lineup here, race 8.
Well, Kurt, if you're ready for the race 7 pick-a-winner, that individual is Mr. Keith Rimmert. Congratulations, Keith Rimmert. Make sure to stop by the fair office and collect your cash.
Horses are on the track for race 8, the first division of the Downstate Classic 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace, and therefore the first division as well of the Buddy Hanna Memorial. Of course, Buddy grew up in a racing family. His father, Bill, raced a lot of very good horses here in Illinois through the years, based his stable right here at the Macon County Fairgrounds. And Buddy himself was a trustee for the village of Argenta. Passed away a couple of years ago. We remember him here in this 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. Let's meet those starters. Number 1, Mighty Engine, owned by John Krasnikan Jr. of Streeter, trained by Cole Prather, Cole's brother, Connor Prather in the bike. 2, VLS Ransom, races for Joel and Paula Smith of Springfield, and is owned also by Jason Van Winkle of Lincoln, and is trained by Amanda Van Winkle. Contrary to the program, the driver, Joel Smith. In a minute, number 3, races for the Irvin Miller Stable, which is based in Florida now, and George Galemas of Oak Brook, Illinois. The trainer, Irv Miller. The driver, LaWayne Miller. Number 4, Incredible Stevie, owned by Nan Turner, trained by John Fletcher. The driver, the driver, Freddie Patton Jr. Number 5, Fox Valley Side Job, owned by Jerry and Randy Rigg of Belmont down in southern Illinois, trained by T.T. Trick. Contrary to the program, Cornelius Cabot, the driver. And 6, Illini Game Day, is owned by Kevin and Keith Miller of Arthur, Andy Miller of Sydney, trained by Kevin Miller, the driver, Wyatt Avenatti. Good field, headed to the gate, race 8. I want to take a moment and acknowledge one of the co-owners in particular of number 2 VLS Ransom. That is Lucas Smith of Lincoln. It was a pleasure to meet Lucas before the races today over by the draw gate in the West Turn. He is the grandson of driver Joel Smith. Lucas makes his home in Lincoln. He is about 18 years of age. And Lucas, welcome aboard. First ever Downstate Classic starter. And I know that Joel, his grandfather, broke out into a big grin when he talked about racing a horse today for his grandson. Here they come, race 8. They are off and pacing, and there goes Incredible Stevie. Freddie Patton Jr. wants the lead, wants it right now. Mighty Engine's going to be a stubborn foe to the inside. These two hook up in an early speed duel around the first turn. In a minute is right behind them in third around the turn. Then VLS Ransom is racing in fourth. Fox Valley Side Job and Illini Game Day side by side at the back. Incredible Stevie has made the top and leads it by a length at the quarter after being parked around the first turn. Mighty Engine goes second by 2.5 lengths, followed by In a Minute, who's racing in third as they move up toward the west end of the track. 27-4 was the time for the opening quarter. 27 4 fifth seconds. So Incredible Stevie leads it by a length. Mighty Engine a second by 2. In a Minute racing third by 3.5. VLS Ransom is fourth. Fox Valley Side Job fifth. Illini Game Day is moving up one spot from last. Now fifth on the outside, but better than 5 lengths off the lead, and we're already halfway home in the first division of the Buddy Hanna Memorial. 57 flat the time for the first half mile, 57 seconds flat. Back to the east end of the course they go. Incredible Stevie is setting this tempo and leads it by 2.5 lengths for Freddie Patton Jr. Mighty Engine goes second off the turn and up the backstretch after 5/8 of a mile. In a minute begins to gear up from third, and here comes Mighty Engine from second. Mighty Engine starts moving up on the outside, just off the leader's flank, but still has to get by Incredible Stevie. It's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass him. In a minute is third. 127 flat, the time at the 3/4, 127 flat. Mighty Engine has the lead by a neck off the turn. Top of the stretch, Incredible Stevie second. In a minute, the Illinois State Fair champion from last year is coming fast on the outside. Look toward the grandstand side. In a minute's coming on. Mighty Engine's got the lead, though, and the wire is coming. Can In a Minute get there? No! Mighty Engine wins it. Mighty Engine by a half length on the wire for Cole and Connor Prather, teaming up as trainer and driver respectively. In a minute, made it quite a race down the stretch, but had to settle for second. Time for the mile, 1:58 flat. 1 minute, 58 seconds flat for Mighty Engine, who repeats in the Downstate Classic after winning at Mount Sterling as a 2-year-old last year. There's the trainer Cole Prather in the orange cap, and he is running to meet his brother Connor because they are excited, and understandably so, teaming up to win with Mighty Engine, the second straight year that this pacer has won in the Downstate Classic. The second Illini Classic sales graduate of the day. 4 graduates of the land of Lincoln, 2 from the Illini Classic, and 2 homebreds account for our 8 winners so far. Folks, these are 2 young men who want a future in the horse business, and they want it in Illinois. How about a hand for the brothers Prather? Mighty Engine, owned by John Krastikin Jr. of Streeter. 3-year-old gelded son of Stevensville is Mighty Engine, out of Tame the Dame by Better's Delight. $5,500 yearling purchase, 9th career win. Bred by the Dandy Farms breeding of Jeff Davis and the FT Racing stables of Frank Tatuli. And you might have noticed this year that Cole Prather's name has been appearing in the program instead of Nick Prather, the father of these 2 young men. And we talked to Cole about that just a few days ago. We'll follow up in just a moment and share with you what he shared with us. And again, congratulations to the Prather stable. Well done, gentlemen. When we asked Cole, we said the question we put to him was, we've noticed your name as trainer on most of the horses this year. Is this the official passing of the baton? And there's Nick Prather down trackside. Hello, Nick. Hello to the whole gang, Missy, everybody. So we asked Cole, is this the official passing of the baton from your dad to you and your brother in terms of being the official trainer and driver of record for the stable? We'll tell you what he said in a moment. So here's what Cole Prather told us when we asked, is this the official passing of the baton from your dad to you and your brother? And he replied, yes, I guess it is. And Cole went on, and he had a great point. He said, actually, it was my grandfather, then my dad, and now myself and my brother Connor. So he said this is the third generation. It's gone from Richard Prather as the official trainer for the stable to Nick Prather, and now to Cole as the trainer with his brother Connor as the driver. And he said, all I know is, he said, I'm grateful, and so is Connor, that we will continue to have Dad's supervision as we move forward. And he said, my brother Connor is a good up-and-coming driver, and having said all of that, we know we've got big shoes to fill because of the record of our dad and grandfather in the history of this Prather stable. So to everybody in the Prather barn, we recognize it's a significant moment in 2026 as Cole and Connor step up to the plate and take a greater role in the day-to-day operations of the stable. We wish them well. We wish everybody well who continues to commit to Illinois breeding and racing. You are appreciated. The final race of the day, race number 9, is on the way. And there are no changes in this final event today, the second division of the Buddy Hanna Memorial. And don't forget, folks, coming up tomorrow, we have 9 more races, the Illinois Standardbred Association, and we'll get underway bright and early at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Remember the early post time tomorrow to accommodate the fact that a lot of folks have to get to the Macoupin County Fair for a 5 o'clock post time. So we go racing 10:30 tomorrow morning.
All right, David, as we get ready to do this final race, because we'll cut out early so we can get Lisa cut down. But
I
David,
think my laptop's going to make it at 24% for one race. So
okay.
Fingers crossed.
All right.
I'm going to close tabs.
Until we find out what's going on tonight, tomorrow.
Right.
10:30 tomorrow. We'll be on the air somewhere around 10 o'clock. Tomorrow there will be no car camera. We're not even going to try that tomorrow.
It's not going to work
until
here.
We, again, we reevaluate during the time. David's been doing some of the technical work because we're down so many things, letting him push the buttons. And I've been looking for external antennas that'll get us better coverage that we can get through.
But I think we are going to throw up the broadcast camera, the one that we had of Steve and I earlier in the night, or maybe you weren't.
You sure people can handle that?
I think it's a change of view.
I have a face for radio.
I do too. That's I'm in the wrong business, aren't I? But no, it's something else. I think it just changes the view a little bit. Something that, we don't have to go to at every race, but when we have a dead spot, sometimes it gives us a change of pace for the viewers. So maybe we'll wire that one up because that's an easy win for us. That's low risk.
And then tomorrow night at Carlinville, again, a different situation. The
hardwire, yeah.
Will be hardwired to Lisa, and we'll use a thin wire that I've got to get that done. And then the car will be the only wireless thing, and we're right at the stage right next to the track.
Yeah, they shouldn't have any interference that I can imagine there, but hopefully it's not too far to reach, but I think we'll definitely give it a shot anyway. And
we'll have a clear shot. We'll have no buildings in the way.
Right. They put like a little hay wagon in the infield for the judges' stand, which isn't going to block a whole lot, but I think we should be good there. So we should have it back tomorrow evening for you. It's one of those things that we'll bring to you as much as we can, but we are hindered by what.
And that will depend on what time we get there from here.
That's true. If we get there and we don't have time to set up, we might skip it or might not get it for the first few races. We'll see how that goes. But, we are going to be coming straight from the early morning race over here at Decatur over to Carlinville to race at 5.
And I think you got no fan more disappointed than Stacy DeRoos when that camera's not working.
I know he loves it. We appreciate Stacy and Aaron working their tails off with that camera because we know how hard they are watching that monitor for us and keeping the car on the horses. And he really enjoys it. He's having a good time, I think.
Yeah, I think he's having a great time with that camera. It gives everybody a different view to look at, and they've done a really good job. And then, like we said, we'll be over in Springfield next week. What is it? Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday?
Wednesday, Thursday, I believe, the 10th and 11th. Sounds right.
10th and 11th. And we'll be bringing you racing all during that day also, but a good open view there. And, folks, I tell you what, even on a hot day, those stands have a breeze going through. And once you're out of the sun there, it's a really nice place to sit and watch a race.
It really is.
With a little bit of wind. So come out and let's see, 2-year-olds on Wednesday, and then we got a mix.
Wednesday is the Cardinal Violet 3-year-old.
Okay.
And then 2-year-old preview on Thursday.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Some big money we're going for on Wednesday will be fun to see the big drivers come in. We go post parade.
We're getting ready for it. I'll turn Kurt back up so we know.
We'll see where he's at.
Trot here at Decatur back in 2010. Pam Coleman trained the winner of a division of the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot here at Decatur in 2008. Candy Schooley with another win with 3-year-old trotter Just Amos in the Downstate Classic in 2007. Pam Coleman swept both divisions as trainer of the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Trot in the Downstate Classic in 2011 here at Decatur. So you go back and you look through the history. Bridget Williams trained Art Angel Baby to win a division of the 2-year-old filly Pace at Lincoln back in 2015. There is a long list of female trainers that have won Downstate Classic races. And we wanted to mention that because we wanted Amanda Van Winkle to know that when her name now goes into the record books, she has joined a fantastic roster of female trainers that have won races in this Downstate Classic. And again, the lone female driver for a long time was Julie Miller, until Candy Schooley came along and picked up a couple of wins as trainer and driver. Point being, the success of women in Illinois harness racing and in this Downstate Classic, you could write a whole chapter on that in and of itself, and Amanda Van Winkle has added her own special section to that chapter with a win here today with Bombs Away captain, and no doubt extra special for her, the fact that her father was the driver. Time for the mile 158 in race 8 for the first division of the Buddy Hanna Memorial. So that is the time, the standard to beat in order to take home the Downstate Classic blanket. And again, trophies and plaques for the winning connections of every division. No changes in our ninth and final race for a purse of $9,240. Let's meet the starters for race 9. Number 1, Fox Valley End Zone, owned and trained by Tanner Saltzgaver of Dewey. The driver is Matt Avenatti. 2, Sleazy Captain, is owned by Houston Racing of Altamont, of Kyle and Amy Houston, owned by John Schwartz Jr. of Wooddale. Mark Winship of Canton, trained by Amy Houston, and the driver, Kyle Houston. Number 3, TJ's Pilot, races for the Flacco Family Farms LLC of Alexis. Dr. Richard and Arlene Flacco, Rick and Tabby Flacco, co-owned by the trainer Roshan Trigg of Brandon, Mississippi. The driver is Marcus Turner. Number 4, Fox Valley Onassis, owned and trained by Kevin Miller of Arthur, owned also by Bart Seals of Mason, Andy Miller of Sydney, Lester Detweiler of Sullivan, and the driver is LaWayne Miller, who's hoping for a third win on the card before we wrap up. And then there's the 5, folks, right in front of you in the grandstand. That is the champion Illinois-bred 2-year-old pacing colt or gelding of 2025. He got started late last year. He really didn't get up to full speed at the races until about September, and he went on a tear at the end of the year, and it carried him to a divisional title. Kaiser Soze, owned by Benita Simmons of Springfield, trained by her husband Tom, and the driver Wyatt Avenatti. Horses are approaching the starting gate. Folks, been great to have you with us for the Downstate Classic. A reminder, horsemen, there will be a cookout for the connections of all of our Downstate Classic horses that have raced today. That'll be coming up back in the barn area. And we do want to take a moment to remind everyone that the Downstate Classic 2-year-old races will once again take place at the Brown County Fair at Mount Sterling, and that'll be coming up on Sunday, August 9. Sunday, August 9, 1 p.m. start for the Downstate Classic 2-year-olds at the Brown County Fair in Mount Sterling. Been a fantastic day of racing, and great to have you with us. We hope you'll join us here tomorrow morning, 10:30, for the Illinois Standardbred Association racing program. Here they come for race 9. They are off and pacing, and there goes Sleazy Captain out for the early lead. TJ's Pilot comes away in the second position. Fox Valley End Zone is out third. Fox Valley Onassis comes away fourth up on the outside, and Kaiser Soze is away racing in fifth as they swing off the first turn and head up the backstretch. Sleazy Captain is the early leader. Sleazy Captain leads it by a length. TJ's Pilot goes off stride. TJ's Pilot is off stride. Fox Valley End Zone now moves up second, about 2.5 lengths from the leader, and then a gap of 2 more lengths back of that one to Kaiser Soze as they head up onto the far turn. 29-1 for the opening quarter, 29 1/5 seconds. After 3/8 of a mile, Sleazy Captain leads. Fox Valley End Zone second. Kaiser Soze is third up on the outside, and then it's side by side for the fourth and final position as Fox Valley Onassis is at the back of the pack with TJ's Pilot. And in fact, Fox Valley Onassis now comes out of that battle up to fourth, but is still 5 lengths off the lead, and here comes Kaiser Soze. Kaiser Soze is on the charge and is up to challenge Sleazy Captain as they race past the half and back to the east end of the course. Kaiser Soze has asserted himself. 58-3 for the first half mile, 58-3, but here comes Fox Valley Onassis, and this race is not over yet. Onassis is hitting another gear, has gone from fourth to third to second. Kaiser Soze, can he hang on for another quarter mile, and can he hold off Fox Valley Onassis? This is the battle that is shaping up in this division of the Buddy Hanna Memorial. 128-3 the time at the 3/4. 128-3. Kaiser Soze, a 2-length lead off the far turn. Fox Valley Onassis, one final surge on the outside. Here he comes. They're side by side. They're trading punches in the Downstate Classic, and Fox Valley Onassis is emerging with the lead. Fox Valley Onassis, LaWayne Miller gets his third win of the day. Fox Valley Onassis wins it by 2 lengths on the line. Kaiser Soze was home second. It was another 14 or 15 lengths back to a close finish for third. It will either be Fox Valley End Zone or Sleazy Captain, and behind that pair, TJ's Pilot was fifth. 158-2, the time for the mile, 158 2/5. What a finish, what a way to wrap up this Downstate Classic card. Sit tight, we've got another pick a winner draw, and we've got the winner coming back in just a moment as well.
And Kurt, just a reminder, participants, owners, drivers, and trainers.
Okay, David, we're going to wrap things up here. When it gets official, we'll go off the air. So things happen back here tomorrow, Carlinville tomorrow night, State Fairgrounds next week. Stay tuned to Harness Tube. Again, if you're a driver, owner, or a driver or a trainer, we'd like to see your profile on the webpage. Send us the information.
Or
so
if you're Jason Van Winkle and you're a son-in-law of a driver, and I've asked you to get a picture of your father-in-law, do that for me so I can get a picture of Joel in there, because I couldn't find any good ones of Joel. But yeah, send us those in. We appreciate those. It helps make
the Prather boys have theirs in.
The Prathers are good. Yep, I got them covered up.
Okay, all right. And JP did his. I know that.
He was a long time ago. So
yeah. So guys, get those into us. We'd love to have your picture because we quit putting a default up there because it's taking
it was chewing up data.
Yeah. So we want to see your picture up there. Send a picture. Send us information. Fans would love to have that. We're trying to create this fan excitement
Mhm.
with the web page. We didn't bring it up to show today.
And those pictures even go to our website, on our driver standings page. So if you are, top driver, if you make the top, I think 6 are listed there, your picture got to be there. People won't know who you are.
Absolutely. The other thing with that is you can see the belt that we're going to
The
give
belt.
away.
Yes, it's down in my car. That's right.
Driving championship
The
for
Harness Tube Driving
this
Championship.
year. And so we want to give that out to people. So as soon as this gets official, we will definitely come back and we'll just close things out with the with
How
that.
about a
So
hand
thank
for the
you,
winner of our final race of the day, Fox Valley Onassis. That is 2 wins today for co-owner Bart Seals. You might recall he owned an interest in Bombs Away Captain, who won a division of the 3-year-old filly pace earlier this afternoon. Bart comes to us out of Mason. He's a native of Altamont. Kevin Miller of Arthur, the co-owner and trainer. Andy Miller of Sidney, Illinois. And Lester Detweiler of Sullivan also own an interest in Fox Valley Onassis, a 3-year-old gelded son of Some Star Somewhere, a graduate of the Land of Lincoln sale in Sherman, as 5 of our 9 winners today have come from that Land of Lincoln sale, 2 from the Illini Classic, 2 that were homebreds. There's trainer co-owner Kevin Miller standing near the saddle pad and walking toward driver Luane Miller. Fox Valley Standardbreds ends up with their 4th winner today. They bred 4 of our 9 winners, and Some Star Somewhere, the sire of a pair of winners today in the Downstate Classic. And how about Luane Miller? Luane, don't be a stranger. You should come and visit us more often, bud. He says that sounds good. First time in 13 years that Luane has driven in the Downstate Classic, and he heads back home to Indiana this evening, having led all drivers today, not 1, not 2, but 3 victories here this afternoon. Congratulations to our winning connections. And handshakes all around, and that mile in 1:58 and 2/5 wraps things up here this afternoon. Or this evening, I should say, as indeed we now move just past 7 o'clock local Central Time. Here's the full field rundown for that 9th race. Fox Valley End Zone was 3rd. Sleazy Captain was 4th. TJ's Pilot 5th. Fox Valley Onassis the winner, and Kaiser Soze the runner-up. 29-1 at the quarter, 58-3 at the half, 128-3 at the 3/4, and the time for the mile, 1 minute 58 and 2/5 seconds. Let's check back in one more time with.
Well, David, we want to thank people for watching and viewing today. Come back tomorrow, 10:30 post time for us. For tomorrow morning, we'll have 8 races for you, so we'll 10:30 to about 12:30-ish.
And then 11 more that night.
And then we pop over to the Macoupin County Fair, and 11 races tomorrow night. So come join us, and we'll see you
in the winner's circle.